on the other side. Stay alive. Stay alive. I got to keep it together. Keep it together. Keep it together. See you on the other side. Stay alive. Stay alive. I got to keep it together. Keep it together. I got to keep it together. Keep it together. Keep it together.
It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house. 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 It's all about house music. It's all about house music. House music. House music. House music. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love. It's all about house music. It's all about love.
good evening, everyone, and welcome to Best Bet Live. And we're featuring you tonight. A bit of a short game, but a big game. It's the 5, 10, and a quarter pot lim Omaha with a $1,000 minimum buy-in and no maximum. All right, guys, and we are off on the first hand. Again, I want to thank you for joining us here on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And we are off. Sorry, guys, a little curious. Our graphics aren't up for a reason.
I built them up just a little bit too early. I mean, way too early. Just take a second.
All right, guys, like we might lose graphics for this first hand, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be off and going after this hand.
I built them out just a little too soon. Huh? I built them out just a little bit before Billy was ready. Oh. Yeah, it's been just done out just for slow. 8 seats.
All right, guys, just a couple things that's happening here at Best Bet Jacksonville, just to remind you for this weekend's events. There's our graphics. So the World Poker Tour is right on our heels, and we have a mega satellite for you, and that is into the high roller that we'll have. That is event number 12 or 11, I believe. $20,000 buy-in mega satellite. If you want to get yourself into that event, we have a $590 buy-in with $60 rebuy satellite. For that event, we're guaranteeing 1 seat. Also, any subsequent monies that are $5,000 or more will be received as main event seats, and then anything under will be cash. All right, first hand in action, we got Peter with a pretty good hand here. Pocket aces, pocket fives, double suited. Always a great starting hand. He currently has the best of it at the moment. Turn card 10 of diamonds. Aces are still in the lead. River card is a tray of hearts. Looks like king tray 2 pair for Steve. He's going to take down this pot away from Peter. River 2 pair. All right, guys, here's real quick our stack sizes. Now Peter bought in for 6,700. Steve, 5,200. Lee with 5K. Henry with about 3,000. Sean for 2,000. You're welcome, Brandon. It's been a while since we spread PLO on our live stream, but we hope to do it a little more, trying to do a little more tweaks to our graphics to make sure they are working accordingly. Omaha has been a little bit difficult streaming only because of the amount of cards. But it looks like everything is working just as fine. Looks like Henry's going to pick up pocket aces, 7-4 with some spades. Lee has queen jack 10 wrap. 5 players to this flop. Flop deuce deuce 9. Ace is still currently in the lead. Checked all the way around. Here's our turn card, jack of clubs. We got Steve with now 2 pair, top 2, jacks and 9s. Henry is going to make the call. He does have a club blocker. Looking to pair the deuce or his ace. River card 6 of clubs. That probably will slow both players, but aces and deuces will take this down. All right, what's up, Hang Zhang and Jonathan Cronin to our Facebook stream. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to shoot. No, let me tap him. And if he has, then I'll just give it to you and he just give it to me, WB. Because I don't think he might not run.
Well, guys, there are a couple seats open if you're wanting to play some Pot Lim Omaha here on the stream. These guys decided to start a little bit short. They're all pretty much used to playing these games short. Although, me personally, I do prefer a shorter PLO game. 7-handed game is pretty a better way of playing this game, in my opinion.
He just don't give a hand.
All right, four-handed to this flop. Flop deuce 5 tray. We have Peter with a pretty good wrap here. He's going to bet 300. He's got 2 pair. He's got a wrap for the straight. Steve's going to make the call. He needs to bink a 4. Backdoor some diamonds maybe. Here's our turn card, 10 of clubs. Checks from each player. Here's our river card now. Deuce of spades. It's like trip deuces for Steve. And I don't think there's any kind of bluffs here for Peter. I'm pretty sure he might lay this down, and he does.
Now, see, yes, thank you.
It is kind of bright.
There are a couple things that to consider when you're playing short games, although most players don't like playing games short. As long as you're playing deep, which these players are, you do have to kind of open up your ranges, and you know your players against you are going to be opening up their ranges also. So Henry in the third blind, gonna check his options. So raise to 75 from Steve. All right, flop Jack, Queen 6, all hearts. Steve with mystery hand. He's gonna bet it 125. Looks like he's taking down.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, boy.
It is fine.
Yeah.
Although they say not to.
Good the way I feel like this,
All right, actually on Henry, he's got 7-5-4 deuce. It's a playable hand. But Lee with ace 9, 8, 7. He is double suited. He's gonna 3-bet to 300. All right, here comes our flop, King 10 Jack and 2 spades. Lots of outs for Lee here. Lots of back doors. All right, Lee's gonna bet up with 400. And Looks like no action for Lee, but he is going to profit $600.
Give it with you.
Later. Later, son. No.
So a lot of starting hands, I believe, in this game. You definitely want to have those suited. Also wraps. I mean, you don't necessarily have to have like high-low's a little different story, obviously, but like ace, king, queen, jack, double suit is always a nice hand to play. Also mixing in, you know, high pairs with a straight wraps, also suited. Also great hands to play. And even those mid-range hands too, like your 9876. Those suited are very good as well. If you can try to find any kind of straights in those mid-range hands, are very good. You have to be very wary about the smaller sets though, because a lot of times, even though you flop bottom set or bottom full house, a lot of the times they aren't good. So most of the time players do play conservatively in that, and a lot of players who haven't played PLO a lot, and it's hard for them to get away from those bottom sets and bottom full houses. All right, kings for this hand, and I go to Peter, profit $125.
Drinking 60? Vodka Red Bull. Oh.
All right, drinks are flowing on the table, getting a little loosey-goosey. And Peter's drinking a beer, and Steve's drinking a vodka Red Bull.
That.
All right, Steve, waiting with 10-9-6-5. I do like this hand a lot. It's not a complete wrap, however. 2 shots for a straight. Lee making the call, Peter making the call. 5-handed now, flop, ace, king, jack. Checks all the way through, free turn card. We got a tray of spades. Henry now with bottom set. It's going to go ahead and lead out with a bet, and it's going to take this pot down, profit $100. All right, some premium hands in the mix now. We got Steve at 10-8-7-5. Nice little wrap hand. Henry with the pocket kings. Heart suited, and we got Lee with 2 pairs, queens and trays. 2 shots of hitting a set. But looks like it's going to be Steve's flop now. He's going to go ahead and flop 2 pair. He's also got a shot at the straight. Jack of hearts on the turn. Now, Steve gets a heart draw as well, but Henry does have a bigger heart draw. A bet of 200 from Henry. Call from Steve. Now, Steve was looking for a clean board there. 10 of clubs, not going to do it. So Steve has just picked up a better 2 pair.
3 pair.
And Steve's going to take this pot down with 10s and 8s. Profit of $465. Now Lee, we can have nines and 5-4. Double suited, playable hand. Gonna make the call. Sean's double suited, but not gonna play. Doesn't have position. It's not very good hand to play, I guess. Ace 10, 7, 4. Steve making the call with Ace King 6, 5, and Peter in there, King Jack 10, 5. Flop 8, 6. Jack with 2 clubs. Checking around, and Peter is gonna bet 200. Lee making the call. Jack of spades on the turn. Now Peter with trip jacks. 8 of spades on the river. Trip jacks with the king is good for this pot. I think Leo is looking for a 9 or a club. 9 wouldn't have done anything for him.
Just 9. Just 9? Just I could beat just 9. Maybe next month we get like half and half. You probably be in
No limit PLO?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Okay. A no limit PLO. How can you have a no limit PLO?
You don't like no limit.
I don't. But how can you have a no limit PLO?
You do like 10 hand,
No, you talking about round and
round each, or 2 rounds each. The thing is, like, PLO player will play, but no limit guy won't.
Actually, wouldn't mind playing that game.
Never coming over to John.
Well, PLO is not my forte, but I do like dabbling a little bit, and playing 10 hands in the mix is kind of refreshing.
Oh, Don. Just something to get a game from. Good game.
You got the small hand.
you play that's why old we get about old we get
All right, Henry's got a pretty good hand there. It's gonna call $20, and he's got a little bit of a high wrap there. Flop King 6, 9 rainbow. Pretty good flop for Henry. Top 2 is gonna go and lead out with the bets.
One more and I'll limit it.
Lee has absolutely squadouche, and Peter's not gonna go for that gut shot straight draw.
That's very tight.
Thank you. Good image to have, but you always have top set. Wish people thought
You
I,
always took,
I wish people thought I always had top set.
he took him all the money.
Steve at pocket 10, 7, 5 to the muck. Lee gonna raise to $100, the ace 10, 6 tray. Peter waking with a couple pairs in his hand. He's gonna 3-bet to 200. Flop 8, deuce 6. Queens are still favorable. Bet up 250 back to Lee now. He's gonna make the call. Looking to backdoor some diamonds. King of hearts on the turn. Lee's gonna check. Peter's gonna check. And river card 10 of spades. Now Lee just rivered 2 pair and it gets checked down. 475 to Lee now.
Pick a seat.
Ooh, case tennis.
Yeah.
4 seats open.
Thank you.
I guarantee this game will fill up.
He's coming in. I talked to him last night.
One of those guys, what about that? You know,
Now 5.
Don't have Mark?
the guy with the white speakers.
Mark. Mark's talking about
You don't
Mark.
play fine? He plays fine.
Yeah, he don't. He said he don't like the street.
He
you
won't
want
play
people to know
unless
how
it's
he
a
plays?
guarantee
Yeah.
that he's gonna.
You don't want people to get his secrets?
He ain't secret.
Ain't no secret.
What secret does he have?
I mean, you do
Studying
give,
up on him
you
and-
do give away some, but
Not much. Come on.
but not every scenario is the same.
Yeah,
And PLO is too complicated, right?
You're not giving up anything.
And it's just, we're only doing like 3-4 hours, so it's too small of a sample.
I would totally quit.
Replay? Here's
All right, three-way action 2 of this flop. Peter with the mystery hand, gonna 3-bet to $300. Flop is a 4-tray 10 rainbow.
Gotta take you to 3 or 5.
Not many.
It's too open for him.
500.
Heads up. Check 6, check 4. Eight hearts. You got the quarter hand. Raise 174, 46.
Alright, it's like not getting very many cards here. So we got there our cards are. So Sean's gonna 3-bet to $300 with the Queen Jack 10 8 double suited wrap. Loving Sean's hand at the moment.
Heads up. Oops.
Flop Queen 4 10. Got Sean with 2 pair now.
6.
Backdoors to both the hearts and clubs. Got to lead with the better clubs, the better ace queen, but Queen 10 may be good. No board comes out with ace. Sean betting $600 now. Lee's making the call. Turn card is at 5 of diamonds. Sean all in for $935. I don't know if Lee can really call in this spot. He's only got 1 pair, no roll draws.
Double got it. What a pair.
There's not much that Lee can hit, but he is going to make the call. So Lee can hit a queen or an ace.
Yeah, man, you have 2 pair, man. What kind of
That's too
hand
much.
is that?
Too much scoop, man. That's the
That's you.
Ace is on the turn. First run out for Sean.
jump it up.
No,
And river card, Jack for Sean as well. And looks like Sean is going to go ahead and double up now.
You got the queens and jacks, and then queens and 8.
Queen Jack 10-8 double suited, that's a pretty good hand.
Yeah, that's a good hand.
Well, this ace, one of the eights goes on the bottom. And your other river card. Oh, it's right there, guys. It's above it, sorry.
Queen Jack 10-8 double suited.
Double up.
Can't argue about that.
Yeah, glad about it. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Jack Link, double up.
But
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Ace one from 6. Fold 7. Fold 2. Fold 4. Heads up.
All right, heads up action. Lee's got King 10 4 trade against the Spears King Queen 9 7.
Check 4.
Flop Ace 6 7 with 2 clubs. Not much for anybody here in the spot. First one to the pot will take it down. Peter bets 200. Lee folds.
Thank you. Now I can break that.
It's work, yeah, it always works. You always get, you always do
Fold 7. Fold 8.
Two and a king.
Raise 225 and 4.
All right, Lee with the 3 bet to 225 with Ace Queen 10 7. And Henry with a very similar hand, but he's got a clubs. That 8 may make a difference here, so
Action mark.
Henry with a pair of queens and 8s for 2 pair.
200 and 4.
Lee's gonna go down lead out with a bet of 200 to go.
Fold 2. Heads up.
4 diamonds on the turn. There's not much in this hand that Lee can hit here to get ahead.
There's no ginger in this.
Yeah, film brewer.
I think he's only drawing out for a split pot at this point.
75 and 2.
But 875 now back to Lee. Lee is gonna fold.
Chopping up, please.
All right, guys, I'm gonna post some links in here for you. War Poker Tour is slated to start here at the end of the month, and we're right there. But to warm up for the War WPT series, we do have a OP Deep Stacks 30K guarantee at Orange Park. $200 buy-in. Flights have started today. Flights did start at noon and 7. You can play again here. Registration still continues on tonight at Orange Park. Registration for that event will close at about 10:20. And then tomorrow, flights 3 and 4 will start at noon and 7. Again, $200 buy-in with a 15,000 starting stack. Playing 30-minute blind levels on day 1 and 40-minute blind levels on day 2. And that event does hold a $100,000 guaranteed prize pool. So lots of action here at Best Bets. If you're not able to play in a multi-day tournament at Orange Park, you can play in a satellite here in Jacksonville. We are holding our $590 buy-in satellite into our 20K high roller. $590 buy-in, $60 rebuys, 5K starting stack, 30-minute levels, 1 seat guarantee. Now, if you win that event, you can free roll yourself into a 20K high roller. The high roller's date is slated to be on October 10th. And that event starts at 3 o'clock. 100,000 in chips, playing 30-minute blind levels. We are due to put about 3 or 4 local players in action in that tournament, so always a good thing to try for some of these bigger buy-in tournaments if you're a local. Lots of satellites for you. If you don't want to try to win your way into the main events, it's always that high roller. At the end of the month, however, we will have a series package for you all. Same buy-in, $590 buy-in, $60 rebuys. And if you win in that event, you'll get a seat into the main events. Event 1, 5, and 7, all holding guarantees. So free roll yourself into 4 events with a combined guarantee of $1.35 million.
It's all going in with the diamond, right? Nice shot.
Oh, what a vision.
Diamond come, everything goes all
What a
in, right?
vision. What a vision.
No, I mean the whole stack. Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
you shove all.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure. Advantage for room.
All right, guys, here's some stats for you all. This is after hand number 20. Current stat counts. We got Peter at 7,300. Bottom of the list is Lee. Lost quite a bit there to Henry. Actually, to Sean. Here's your voluntary put in pot. Lee playing 73% of his hands. Sean, only one being very fairly conservative, playing less than 50% than the rest of the field. Here's your PFR. Peter being the most aggressive pre-flop. And also the most aggressive overall. Look at that, 73%. Current win-losses. Sean up 2K. Steve up 400. Peter up 400. Henry at 170. Lee is stuck $3,000. All right, 5 ways to this pot now. Pot at $625. Here's a flop. Well, flop, queen, 9, deuce. Sean, 2 pairs, gonna bet it huge here. Bit of an overbet, I believe. Although he does have 3 other players to contend with, he's gonna bet out $1,700. And he's gonna take down his pot worth 900. Sean slowly increasing his chip stack. Now I think he's profiting over $3,000 at this point.
Thanks, Sean.
Sean opening up now, raised to 75 with ace 9, 8, 6, double suited. Henry making the call with the mystery hand. Peter in there with Queen 10 for Trey. Flop King Queen 8, 2 spades.
Check 2, check 6. Check 7.
Checks all the way around. Here's our turn card. 8 of clubs.
Check 2, check 6. 207. Hold 2. Hold 6. Thank you.
That's crazy. 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 Do it.
Moles Manor, what's up? Thanks for dropping by here on Facebook. Again, guys, if you're just joining us, this is Best Bet Live featuring 5, 10, and a quarter PLO. Buy-in for this game was $1,000, but no maximum. This game is short, but it is deep. Each player holding a little over 5K.
3 players.
All right, Queen, King, 6 flop, all spades.
325. Hold 6.
That's what?
Call 2. 6. Call 7. Check 8. 4 players.
Check.
Check 6.
Check flop.
Check 7. Check 8. Check 2.
Check.
Check 6. Check 7. Check 8. Check 2.
Check.
Check 6. Check 7. Check 8. Check
7 high. Oh, what's working? That's done.
break this one? Yes.
Go pretty good for today.
Thank you.
That's me.
Alright, so button, straddle, 100.
No.
Good
Blind
I
raise.
can't do that.
No, it's not.
Raise Jason.
Sick.
Just blind raise?
Yeah.
Good.
No option.
Are you sure?
Lee, you want to buy in this one or you want to wait?
Give me a break.
Potty time. So 6 seats. Raise it to 100. Oh, 7. All right. 100. Call 2. 3 players. Check 8. Check 2. 175 and 7, 6. You want this? Oh, you. I have my boss. I just go my boss. Alright, so we gotta wait. 45. Around 45 on this. 100. Check. Heads up. Check. 6. And 75.
All right, sorry guys, I am back in the booth. Back into the action, heads up action with Peter and Steve. Flop 7, Queen, Trey. Peter raised to 525. Sorry guys, the graphics a little bit slow, catching up here. So Steve turning trip queens now. Peter checks. Steve's gonna leave in a pretty hefty bet here. Pot is currently at 1,215. A bet of 1,225. Pot size bet from Steve, and he's gonna take this done down. Profit of $615.
Billy's gonna take over. That's it. Boy, appreciate it, guys. I guess $5 for time.
What's up, Brandon Mueller? How you doing in our Facebook chat? Also, Brandon Winter. Brandon, we're gonna have to get you on one of these live streams one of these days. You're making another stop back here in Jax. Hopefully, maybe you'll see you during our World Poker Tour series that starts in October. Go ahead and drop this link here if you anybody wants any info on our WPT series that starts at the end of September, goes through all the way through October.
Yeah.
All right, Steve waking up a pretty good hand now. Jackson 7s. 2 ways of hitting the set. We got Henry with trays and deuces. And Charles got a couple queens here. Flop 6-6 king. Peter Had the worst starting hand, now has the best of it currently with trip sixes. Small bet of 25 to go. Folds all the way around. Tray of hearts on the turn. I think Henry had pocket trays there for bottom full house, but always a scary hand to play with. Bottom full house, bottom sets. Pot goes to Peter. Brandon Winter says he'll be in Kings Bay at the end of September till February for work. What's Kings Bay?
We have 9.
You
And then we get it all stacking.
Fold 2.
All right. Action back on Lee, waking up with a couple rockets. Gonna raise to $100. Sean's got a pretty good wrap too. I do like his hand. He's got Queen, Jack, Jack 9, a couple diamonds.
I thought we lost so many high.
I wouldn't get it confused.
Check 7. Check 8.
It's okay, he's stacking the odds.
4, that's 200.
All right, flop deuce 9 tray with 2 hearts.
Call 7.
All right. Kings Bay is up in Georgia, 30 minutes north of Best Bet. That's pretty awesome to be 30 minutes away from a poker room. I wish I was 30 minutes away from a poker room that I could play at.
Check 8. Check 4.
Well, hopefully you'll find a couple days off here and there to play some WT events. There are a lot of one-day events in the mix.
750 is check 8.
All right, Steve gonna river a 7 high straight. I don't see any hands that can call him in this spot. Yeah, actually, no, Lee, who just has aces. Lee trying to decide if Steve's trying to make a move. Any missed draws. The heart draw missed. All the bottom straights are there, though. However, Lee is holding a 5 blocker, so he's trying to talk to himself. Because of the 5 blocker, he's trying to figure that he's at least blocking a straight, and his single pair may be good. But 7-5 is going to take this one down. And Lee's stack is dwindling. He's not won a very good hand in quite a while. All right, this is after hand number 28. Current stack count. Steve now at 7,200. Peter at 68. Lee at 48. Sean at 46. And Henry at 2,900. Voluntary put in pot. A lot of these players are playing a lot of their hands, except for Sean. Only one that's less than half of his hands. Here's your PFR. Peter being the most aggressive pre-flop. And the most aggressive overall with 68%. And current winnings right now is Sean up 2,600. Steve up 2,300. Peter and Henry falling behind. And Lee stuck almost $5,000 playing this game short. Brandon, thank you very much. Definitely do have some of the best sushi around. Hopefully we'll see you around. I actually stopped into Boston and played at the Encore the last weekend. Pretty nice room. I haven't yet stopped by Foxwoods over Mohegan Sun. I think they're like the most busiest of poker rooms out in the Northeast. right, we got Sean flopping the full house. And Steve drawing completely dead. I don't know what he's betting so much for. Does have a straight, but you can't really play so aggressively. If there's a paired board, pretty much drawing dead there, Steve. And 4 diamonds on the river, and Sean's gonna go ahead and probably gonna make another $2,000 or $3,000 on this hand.
Go.
And just a call from Sean, which is very curious. I think he's just playing very nice. No raise. He's got the best full house. Yeah, I think Sean was just being extremely nice to Steve there, but still a very profitable hand.
You can pull off a lot of hand off, but not this hand.
Sean's going to be over there buying him a new car in the morning.
And Sean's up a grip now. His wins for the night after just 29 hands. He's up a little over 5K now.
Yeah. You do it.
I advise against it. No, it doesn't feel good.
You do it. You do it. Do it. Do it.
Fold 6. Fold 7. Raise to 75 and 8. Call 2. Call 2. 3 players. Check 8. Check 2. 200s to bet for 4. Call 2. 4 2. Heads up. Check 8. 500s to bet for 4.
All right, Lee with the mystery hand, bidding big chunk, 500 to go, but no action from Steve. So with a lot of these live streams, it's kind of difficult to watch PLO, only because not a lot of players do play Pot Lemon, but I do recommend that game just to mix it up. It's a tough game to play because there's so much high variance in the game. It's hard to kind of wrap your brain around all the combo draws and all the starting hands and how to pot control in this type of game. But watching a live stream on the reg has definitely increased my ability to play when I'm out on the felt and I see what these guys are doing. So a lot of leaks that I've kind of plugged in was I was playing too many hands, obviously, but definitely was looking at hands more on the wrap side of things. So obviously the ace, king, queen, jack is always good double suited. You also want to play a 10, 9, 8, 7s, 6, 5, 4s, you know, at least three to a straight and within your hand. You just have so much more possibilities of hitting it. What increases more ranges that I like to play as well are the pairs with a 3 wrap. Obviously, hopefully as suited. But what I took out of my ranges was hands like, say, king, queen, deuce, tray, or the jack 10, you know, 5, 4. Those hands are just a lot of gets you in a lot of trouble. So when you're playing in these games, you want to play conservatively. You want to tighten up your ranges and definitely don't play those kind of hands. So we got Steve now with the flush, 8 high flush. Gonna make the call, and Steve's gonna profit just a little bit, $255.
Flush.
So not only the hand ranges that have to take in effect in this game to be profitable, you do have to understand the betting. So pot limit Omaha, obviously you can only bet what's in the pot, or raise within what's in the pot, and then the sizing of your bets and what you call and what you 3-bet with is like on another level of understanding of the game.
Good thing Lee won all that money that was Friday night.
And also mixing in what you're competing against. So you want to make sure a lot of your hands aren't going to be made and then making another player's hands with a bigger hand. For instance, if you have those weird middle bottom end straights and then you get outdrawn, those cards hit you but hit another player's bigger hand, that also can get you in quite a lot of trouble. And bottom sets aren't always a very playable hand too. Most of the time, if you're going to try to get in deep and then try to go too far with those bottom sets and turns into full houses, it's a recipe for disaster. Although you can get away with it a lot, it is tougher to play those hands multi-way. All right, guys, a couple mystery hands in the mix. 4-handed to his flop, Jack 4-8. Pot is $625. We got Lee with pocket rockets here. Backdoor diamond draw. Lee's going to check it. Ashes on Peter. He's going to check it. Steve with the mystery hands going to lead out with a bet of $300. And Henry doesn't really have a playable hand here. 10, King Jack 10-6. No real draws here. Could backdoor spades, but 300 is a bit much to call. Lee's going to look Steve up, though. He's going to get aces in the backdoor diamond to work with. It does get the backdoor diamond, 6 of diamonds on the turn. Increases his outs a little bit. I think Steve has somewhere between maybe a good straight draw, maybe Jack 8. 2 pair is pretty viable in this hand, so he could be a little more aggressive with 2 pairs in these hands. Here's a rubber card now, and it's going to be an 8 of hearts. So Lee does take advantage of that 8's pairing on the board, and Lee might take this if Steve, yeah, looks like Lee is going to take this one down with aces and 8s. All right, guys, we are going to be streaming here for a little while. And if you're a PLO player, we got a seat open, no less. Game is a little short, but it's always going to be a juicy game here. I don't think this game is completely out of hand as far as being nitty or being too crazy. I know Henry is kind of a polarized player. Lee's a little more on the conservative side. Peter is an excellent PLO player, although it's his primary game of choice. Sean also, kind of well-rounded player as well. Plays a lot of tournaments, a lot of Hold'em, a lot of Omaha. All right, Lee's going to lead out with a bet of $100 at 10-6-4 deuce. He's got a 6-4 open-ended straight draw.
Check 2, check 4.
Queen of clubs on the turn. No help to anybody. River card 9 of hearts.
200.
Derek Boxwell can be there 4 and 5 hours. Well, I mean, you can come by, but the stream might be over, but the game may still continue on. Lots of PLO still in the mix here at Best Bet. I'm pretty sure there are at least 2 5-5 PLO games. And I guess once this game goes out into the live room, some players do rather like to play 5-10, but not necessarily on the live stream. But it's been a while since we spread PLO and on Best Bet Live, so trying to bring it back into the mix.
Hundo.
100 is the bet from
Bit of a hundo from Lee with the mystery hand. Sean, ace 974. Couple diamonds. Gonna make the call. Steve, king 765.
You want to see
Couple diamonds.
call 8.
Usually me they keep asking to show the hand.
Now you see that shit? You see that good hand?
Replay.
So for the reasons why it's tough to stream here on PLO on our live stream set is because of Omaha. Obviously, there are a lot of cards to the readers to read, and it's very sensitive. If one of those cards is bad, it won't read the whole hand. So unfortunately, you have a lot of hands that aren't being read here as because of the cards and some parts of the table. Also, kind of the connectivity to the software that we have. So a lot of times it's good, sometimes it's bad. Ace is full of 9s for now. Sean just cannot miss a hand here. Lee's gonna bet out 350 bucks. Sean has the bottom full house. Probably just a call here. You're only really calling this spot for any missed draws. But Sean playing ultra conservative is gonna go ahead and muck bottom full house. He should have mucked it face up. So Sean, I guess, putting him on ace king, ace 10.
Oh, it's not. I'm not good.
Three. Five. Mr. Small.
Hey, welcome to the stream, James Brown. I haven't seen you in a while.
Raise to 100.
Peter back in the game. He's gonna raise it up to $100 with ace, queen of diamonds, 5 deuce of spades. Sieves, 9 8 5 trades, not a playable hand. And he's got queen, jack 10, a couple clubs. Not a great hand to start with, but he's gonna play it. Heads up now action. At $230. Flop 8 6 8. No draws, no pairs for either player. Checks around. Here's a free turn card. Turn card, king of diamonds. Still no draw, no pair for any player either. All right, ace of hearts on the river. And Peter now has a pair of aces. Check from Henry, and Peter checks as well. Profit 130.
Oh, Chinese. Chop.
Oh. Straight no good?
Ready.
He's the best. I can beat it.
Go, John. Get in.
Damn, Sean has not much to check. That's killing it there, man.
Sean never on tilt. I don't see it.
I saw him here. I saw him here. He wanna fight with that guy.
Yeah, that was years
One
ago.
time.
That was the old Sean.
Some people would like, I think some people would like throw you or some like calm that like, yeah, he was trying to fight with that guy.
Raise 75.
That
That was the old,
that was 2-5 yeah.
that was the old,
Yeah.
that was the old drum. Oh, baby.
I'm gonna break that guy out.
Fuck them. Why'd you want to do that?
Punish it, man. Check.
If you don't know the Kelly Joe, he would easily make you kill. He would easily make people tilted. Like if people don't know him. Yeah, he was easily gonna make you tilt.
Look at this.
He took a lot of shit of you, man.
Players are talking about our local guy that plays a lot of PLO, Kelly Joe Andrews, usually a Jacksonville local. Quite a character in himself. We actually did feature him during the WSOP main event here at in Las Vegas. We did a couple updates with him. He went pretty deep and cashed.
Excited to play.
He actually was the last player standing of the 23 players that we sent out to Vegas for the WSOP main event.
Later.
Yeah, drink there, not here.
Steve with the ace, king, queen, trade. Lots of clubs. Gonna raise to 100. Lee, ace, king, 7-6. Into the muck.
My wife, my kids, my grandfather, all watching. Can dream or not.
Flop, deuce, jack, train, 2 spades.
Hey, my wife over here.
So like I said, Lee is a very conservative player. And like I said, when I was playing a lot of PLO, a lot of leaks that I found, I was playing too many hands. And those hands like ace, king, 7-6 aren't very playable, especially not in position. Although it looks very nice. Bigger games like this in PLO, your hand selection does have to vary quite a bit. Doug Morrow, am I invited? Invited to what?
Don't have very many chips.
We're talking about this live stream table. Definitely come on in if you want to play some PLO action. We do have a couple seats open.
Sean, I was in fucking draw, man. I drink a beer.
Come on by Best Bet. I'll buy you a drink. You join our fine guys here. Get a little action. Short-handed 5-10 a quarter. Problem Omaha. $1,000 minimum buy-in, no max.
Honestly, I don't care if here.
What's the soup?
All right, Sean, Jack 9-7-7, Rainbow. Actually, he's got some hearts. Yeah, Steve with some 8s and ace deuce, double suited.
I bet I tried it before.
It's like chicken noodle soup, but it's more.
It's not chicken.
A lot
Yeah,
more.
it's thicker.
Yeah, it's way thicker.
That's a heart attack.
Do you want it?
Heart attack.
I'll try to mix in some more Pot Limb Omahas for you guys during October. There's lots of live streams scheduled. Lots of live streams scheduled, per se. I will have that list updated for you by the end of next week. So I'll go ahead and finalize that whole schedule for you all. Again, World Poker Tour Series starts at the end of this month. Opening event is going to be event number 1 of our World Poker Tour Series with a $360 buy-in, $100,000 guaranteed prize pool. 4 flights of Fury on Friday and Saturday.
No, I'm talking about somebody.
Always a great opening event. We get close to 1,000 players.
No.
Usually for those events.
Seat 1, they call him Dog.
First place has been averaging about, let's say, $40,000 to $50,000 for first.
Yeah, right? You
Play
play that
tournament.
Yeah, I call him Dog, but I think he's the white one plays tournament.
I've never seen him play a tournament at 4-4.
I know what you're talking about. I think he's in the top.
Yeah, you know him. Y'all played against him 1,000 times.
Yeah, he's on top.
That's interesting. How much? 100. Well, I'm going to defend my blunt. I'm going to straddle. Ought to know better. Huh? Ought to know better than defend straddle. Especially this shit.
8 of diamonds, jack of spades, 10 of diamonds.
I bet a 225 for Steve.
Easy game, huh?
Easy game when you flop like that.
Easy game.
Okay, let him back, huh? Fold 6. Fold 7. Raise to 100. 8. Call 2. And call 4. Replay.
All right, Steve with a queen, Jack 9 wrap. So raise to $100. Cash it back on Steve.
That's 200.
He's got a gut shot to the Broadway. Backdoor clubs. Henry with top 2. Just a call.
Fold 4. Heads up.
Lee gonna get out of there. 6 of spades on the turn now.
Check. 400 is the bet.
Correction, I think Steve does have a double gutter. So 10 for Broadway. And you can also hit. That's actually all he has. Yeah, just a 10. Henry betting 400 to go. Ace of clubs on the river now. Ace is full of kings for Henry. The best hand. 1,500 in the pot now. He's bet of 800 to go, and no action from Steve, obviously. Anything that you want to know here about Best Bet Jacksonville, always look us up on our website. That is www.bestbetjax.com. Feel free to scope our site. Some of the links I would recommend on clicking would be our poker calendars. We have a huge schedule for our promotions and tournaments. Always something for everyone. Tonight is actually flight numbers 1 and 2 of the OP Deep Stacks 30K. $200 buy-in. Registration still continues on for flight number 2 of that event. Flights 3 and 4 will continue on tomorrow, again at noon and 7. $200 buy-in, $300,000 guaranteed prize pool. 15K starting stack, playing 30-minute blind levels on day 2, 40-minute blind levels on, 30-minute blind levels on day 1, 40-minute blind levels on day 2.
I was waiting to go to 14. We had to call.
Let go there. On the
4.
floor.
Check at that. 100 is the bet.
We had to call.
Fold 8. Call 4. Check 4. Check 6. Check 4. Check 6. And button slides. Good. Thank you. You did. Thank you.
The best.
You don't know?
The best.
That's me.
It's like, always get to hear all this. Thank you.
$5, guys. Go to me.
Look, this is our real quick. He's got it. Oh, you do that.
All right, guys, here's some stats for you all. This is after hand number 41. Current stat counts.
50 coming your way.
Peter, Sean, Lee, Henry, Steve. Peter are going to re-up his stack a little bit. I think he added on. And continually voluntary put in pots. Everybody, again, playing more than 50% of his hands. Sean is playing a little more. His stats were at about 25% over the last 15 hands. PFR, Peter, again, being the most aggressive overall. Current win-losses, again, after 41 hands, Sean's up 5K. Peter down now, 640.
Yeah, the guy, yeah.
And Lee was stuck about 5,000, now stuck a little less, now at 3.
He was playing a lot because his wife.
He brought a play too. Well, Whitney is that guy that was in seat 6 last week.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Talking
You know,
about
he
AP?
came back.
Did he?
Yeah.
You
he
talking
came
about
back.
AP?
No, The guy that buying 2,000 grand leads to 13 and lose it all.
Oh,
back.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
He came back.
He was hot, man. He was running so
But
good there.
I think he come back not lose much because he give the chip.
What do you mean? He lost like
He
another
give the
6,000.
he give the chip for to the adder.
Allen, yeah.
4,000. So he only lose 2,000.
Oh,
I couldn't pick up the call. I'd have sued for it. And then I got to play him bad.
Oh, Derek Rogia. Well, the night is young. Come on by. There's a lot of PLO action. If 5'10 is a little bit too big, we do have multiple 5'5 PLOs. Always those games going on through the nights. Multiple Pot Lima Omahas.
What's good? Huh? What's good?
Can tell you all what we have going on in the room at the moment, if you like.
I don't know what's good to eat. You want me?
So tonight's promotions. Today is Friday the 13th. We have $300 every 20 minutes. That promotion will go from 8 to 12 o'clock. High hands for the night. Tomorrow's high hands.
What is that down there?
A couple of different stuff that we're honing in here as far as Jacksonville promotions. From the hours of 10 to 12, 2 to 6, and 8 to 1 a.m. One card high hands every 30 minutes. Wins you 250, and if you use both cards, you win 500. So essentially, yeah, so every 30 minutes, one card high hands, two card high hands, one card wins you 250, two cards wins you 500.
can't get the whole thing. You can only get like 5. Hard to get the whole thing.
That's out of 10.
I got an idea. You still in with 6.
I was hoping you could
All right. Just want some action here at Best Bet Jacks. I can tell you what kind of games we have at the moment. We have 9 2-2s, 5 2-5s, 3 2-4s. We have 2 5-5 PLOs, and 2 1-2 PLO 8s. And so the night is young. I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot more games here going into the night. It is Friday night. Lots of good poker action for the weekend here at Best Bet Jacks. And also Best Bet Orange Park. Orange Park right now, again, the OP Deep Stacks 30K is hot on its heels.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, he was so hot it was ridiculous.
That was a pretty good game.
It was good for everybody.
A lot of
but me.
action. Yeah. Me too, Henry. I lost. I lost a lot to the league in 12K.
That was one of the worst nights I can ever remember. I couldn't win a hand out of what.
You slowed on me twice.
Huh?
You slowed on me twice.
Check it.
I just didn't lose it.
But
Who won the most that night?
you slowed on me twice, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't remember, huh?
Yeah, you think I did on that running
No.
twice. And I made it straight, and then one time I made a flush, a diamond flush. And you said I was slow rolling. Good luck. Lots of rough with that. But if I thought about it, I would have.
I texted them. I'll let you know when.
Clay balls, if one card high hand has a straight flush, but a 2 card high hand has quads, what hand wins? I would want to say the straight flush because it's still a high hand. It's just worth either 250 or 500. So the high hands are still going according to whatever highest hand is going to be hit for that period. So again, if you are able to use 1 card, 2 card is going to dictate what your payout's going to be. Lots of aces floating around this table. I think I've seen aces here at least 5 or 6 times already. Lee's got a pretty good wrap there. Queen Jack 10-8. Henry with pocket rockets, just the aces, rainbow. He's going to raise it to 75. I don't necessarily like the hand at all.
No, that's my 75.
Yeah, so Lee, of course, with the raise now to 250.
You know, that's like 250.
And here's our flop.
Why do you do that kind of stuff?
It's coming.
I call it.
550 for 2.
Sorry, guys, the graphics a little slow. 7, deuce, 9, 2 diamonds. Loving Lee's hand right now. He's got a complete wrap for a straight. He's got a diamond blocker, but currently is behind. Henry's going to bet 550 in the spot. 6 of hearts on the turn. That does give Lee his straight. 1,500 to go from Lee now. Could have walked him a little bit. Henry is pretty much drawing completely dead. But because Henry has that diamond blocker, he's thinking that Lee is trying to put a move on him. He's not just going to call with a pair of aces. He's only thinking because of the diamond blocker is there. You can try to think that he can fill up, hitting another ace, but he's just drawing way too thin in this spot. Only trying to beat a bluff, but because Lee plays so conservative, there's very little bluff chances that I would put him in. So I do suspect Henry to fold here. Although, I'm incorrect. I'm sorry. I kind of read. I thought he only had a pair of 9s. He actually has 9 deuce, so he does have some outs here. So he can hit a 9 or a deuce for a full house. I apologize. I read that wrong. I didn't see the deuce. So yeah, it's a little more scarier situation for Henry now. Having 2 pair in this spot is it's a pretty strong hand. But with such a big bet out there, it's such a tough hand to call. Oh, it's going in. So Henry looking to capitalize on this huge call here. He's a 9 or a deuce, does not get there. 4 hearts on the river. Very clean board for Lee now. He's going to put Henry all in. And he's going to call off, so unfortunately, 2 pair is definitely not going to be good. 10-8 for the straight. It's going to be good for Lee. You just got to know that Lee's not going to bluff in that spot. Is Lee going to put that much money on some weird 2 pair set?
He bet 2,000. Much higher.
Maybe with a set there, but it's just pretty risky hand there to call off there with just 2 pair. I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you for the likes, shares, and follows. Giving you a little short game, a little bit different. It's not always that you have to watch a full ring game. It's always nice to watch a short-handed game, just to watch how the dynamics are a lot different. Obviously, there is going to be a lot more action, a lot more hands played. Like Henry's gonna go wide for another 3,000.
Peter's 3K behind. Four players.
All right, 4 players. 2 of this flop now has been limped. Flop, Jack, Trey, 7.
Is it checking me?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Checks all the way around. Here's our turn card, King of Clubs.
Check 6. Check 7. Check 2.
And the river card of an Ace of Hearts.
100.
Sean's gonna pick up the spot with
Yeah.
2 pair, but he's not gonna call. We got a bet from Peter with queens. Gonna bluff.
And he chips behind.
Queens get through. Profit of $75 for Peter.
Thank you.
He got me like 4,000. Me and him heads up. Like, side. Wow.
Oh, sweet. Good.
Probably have like 3,000.
Yeah, but he stacks me on.
3,000.
Really
Side.
Henry, you got the 4.
Really good.
3,000. Side.
Raise 104.
All right, Lee with King, Queen, 8, 4 double suited. Gonna raise it to 100 to go. Sean has made the call with the mystery hand. Henry's gonna be in there. King, Jack, 5, 4.
4 players.
There's our flop.
Check 7.
Gotcha.
Check 2.
Flop 10, Ace, Deuce.
250.
Rainbow.
Raise 700.
All right, Lee's gonna bet 250, and Peter's gonna raise it to 700. He's got a pair of 10s. He's got a gut shot straight draw, backdoor clubs. Question on Henry. He has a very similar hand, although I think he has a better hand. Here's our turn card, 9 of clubs. So backdoor clubs for Peter.
Check 2. Check 6.
Jack of clubs on the river, and Peter does flush out. Henry's gonna check. Peter's gonna try to make some money out of this pot. This pot's already 2K. He's gonna take it down.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm gonna leave the production room for a minute. I'm gonna leave you to the action. Again, if there's anything that you want to know, leave it into the chat, and when I get back, I'll go ahead and reply to any requests or any information that you guys want for this live stream. Thank you all. I'll be right back.
Check 2. sure you know what a pedant is.
What?
Pedant? Pedant?
Yeah, that's somebody who is preachy about their education.
You're a pedant.
What are you
Like
talking?
you value like education.
No,
That's an old word,
that's-
right?
no, pedantic is the
Pedant.
word.
Yeah, pedant. And you have vocabulary that's impressive.
Man, this guy, huh? Very aggressive.
He comes to play, man. John's here to play. Here he comes.
Get him, Steve.
Three bet Steve.
Steve has got this one. Is the professor.
350.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
out here.
Is the professor, Steve best Steve.
Oh yeah, the other.
He will come here next month for sure, huh?
I don't know what he's doing actually.
I just asked that guy is from Tallahassee, the Asian guy who played the Papa Kilo, the Asian woman, first time. He say he played at Tallahassee.
Yeah, he crushes right
That's
here.
it.
Check it out, that 1-2 game. Yeah, 1-2 game.
650 for me.
What?
650? Twice or one?
I usually run it twice.
Twice? 2 times?
That's fine. I got 6 out.
We got king of clubs, king of diamonds, 6 of clubs, 3 of diamonds.
Steve, I'm
Straight and
Number
close.
6, 2 people for 6, we got
I got 6 out straight.
Straight and close.
I got 6-3.
And close.
Want to chop that up, please?
Yes. 1 K to
Food or drink?
500 added on. To the no, 100,000. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So it's 1K.
another round.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
Good hand, those bottom 2 cards.
sir. Sir.
Remove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
59.
Box card.
Freddie said you do the kickboxing now.
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, going back real quick, guys.
You guys go to 12 o'clock. I can't get up at 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You-
He's
you
like
run-
are still up and I'm like just getting up. So.
Yeah, I
You
can.
Do it,
run.
so.
It's really good cardio.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's extreme.
You know how long can you keep the
Yeah,
beer?
green too?
What? Oh.
How long can you keep the beer?
Food or drink?
How long you can keep the grape? Put in the
Not
fridge.
open, not open.
Put in the fridge to have an expiration.
Yeah. But my wife told me only 3 months. If you don't drink the
They
beer,
all
you
have
gotta throw it
expiration
out.
dates.
Because they say the beer, the taste will change.
I mean, it's the gas. They all have expiration.
I know, but they say only 3 months.
Probably. Hey, but why do you know everything?
No, it's before she sell here to customer. The customer say the price is different.
Check that. Check that. 25. 75.
Wow. No way. You have that? I don't think so. That was for yeah, I checked for
Very good with
no, make it sure.
it's business. Very good with Well, it has red food. Exactly.
50 coming to you.
Oh, yeah, a couple burgers.
You have a 5 locker? Oh, I still lock off.
Yeah. Hey,
Huh?
I thought
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Wait, 102.
Indigenous book. Yeah.
Wait, 5.5 and 5.5? Yes.
$17.75.
Wait,
I knew it was you. I knew it was you. That's what. I knew it was you. I was going to get a
That's
cake.
the only one I want Henry
I was
just call
going to
it.
get a That's the
Only one I want Henry just call it.
All right, sorry guys, I'm back in the chat here. Yes, this is live on a 15-minute delay, and we got some action here. Yes, Steve
Do you have 5 behind or they give it?
calling Henry's all-in bet here.
So you do have 5?
Going pre, I'm pretty sure gonna run it twice. King, Queen, 10, 9, wrap for Steve, and Henry's got pocket rockets again with some clubs.
Which one does?
So all in for
Did
2,225.
he have me covered?
Nope, you're good. 17 is what it
So
is.
2 full boards, he's asking?
That's fine. If that's
So pot now $4,655, and we're gonna run it twice. All right, here comes the first run out.
Oh,
7
I
diamonds,
kill him
7
bird.
clubs, 5 diamonds.
I kill him bird.
You have diamonds?
I kill him bird.
You have clubs?
I got clubs.
8 clubs?
Clubs there for Henry. First run out. Steve's gonna need lots of jacks, queens, kings.
You got 2 pair now? Wow.
Good so far.
I got 2 pair for the first run out, and if it comes clean, they're gonna chop it up.
I got 2 pair.
And it's like Henry is gonna scoop for trip trays, huh? Both runouts. Sick beat for Steve. Steve's gonna get felted.
Everybody's the beast.
And the club came and I had
Look at that club.
Wow.
I would have thought everything. It was 14 flat.
Oh.
Then, if you go,
Button's good, right?
Oh, I love the twice.
We need a color down.
Chip runner. Clear checks, 59.
Thank you. Do you have enough chip on?
All right, guys, here's some stats for you all after hand number 53.
3K behind the 8.
Chip counts now. Peter at 10K. Henry at 4,700. Steve's back in for 5,000. Sir, voluntary put in pot. Again, everybody but Sean playing more than half of their hands. Here's our PFR, Peter.
We need a
And
color
the
down.
most aggressive and the aggressive frequency for Peter at 63% overall. Win-losses rates at the moment. Sean still up just about 5K. The only winner in the game at the moment. Even Henry, after doubling up, is still stuck 1,300.
No, I would call. I might be
What
call
is
for
it?
a
What is it? It's what I was wondering.
No,
What do you got, aces? What's the other 3?
38.
8, 8, 3, 8.
Ace, 8, 3 was not close.
probably 55.
How much is it?
Yeah, 100 from the 4 seat.
No, maybe 42 because the club.
Flop 9 or 4 race 100, folded, DC called, or those.
It's like ace king versus queen.
All right, sorry guys. Again, the cards are very sensitive, and I think some of them are going out. That's why we can't see a lot of these hands here. We did switch out these cards here, so we should get a little more optimal reading of these hands. Turn card Ace of Spades. I bet a 400 from Lee. Steve's gonna go ahead and call.
Ace of hearts, 8 of hearts, 10 of diamonds, 8 of hearts, 10 tray of diamonds.
All right, so Lee's gonna win that pot with trip aces.
Okay, we don't need the color down.
Take a look.
Are you even now?
Huh?
Are you even now?
Up, man. Up.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, coming.
5 each, no, or the big boys.
Oh, you're not finished?
I'm not finished yet either.
Henry, fight.
Done it like 4 times.
My bad sensation on. Looks like I missed a card, so Lee did have a full house in that spot.
A dot. Dot.
Call 6.
Don't get the damage with me.
Call 8.
There's another word, Henry. So a polymath, which is you.
Yeah, I'm a polymath. That'd be
That's a
me.
person. And then you know what's another word for a person who knows like a lot of languages?
Yeah, multilingual.
No, it's a poly. Yeah, that's.
Polylinguistic.
No.
I mean, I really.
All right, four-handed to this flop now. Action on Henry with the mystery hand. It's going to go and check. He's going to bet 25 with a lot of kings on that flop. Brandon Winter, any news on Florida being able to pass sports betting? I haven't heard anything recently. I don't know if this is in the ballot as far as having the state of Florida being able to pass sports gambling here in Florida. It might take anywhere between 2 or 3 years, I think. I don't think it's going to happen within this year or the next. But I think a lot of states have jumped on that wagon and have approved sports betting in their states. I think New Jersey was one of the most recent ones. But I think that might go through here very shortly, only because we are going to be losing the dog racing aspect here in Florida. Florida did
What time do you go?
is going to be putting a new law into effect of no more dog racing. But we still have a simulcast and we still can't bet on the horses.
Check 2, check 4, check 6, check 8. Check.
Lee doing his panic. Check. And we got Steve with the nut flush. He's going to finally put a bet out there of $100. Henry's going to make the call. 4 clubs on the river.
Check 2.
Pot bet for Steve. I'm pretty sure Henry has a lower flush. It's going to show it.
Sorry. I didn't mean
Clay balls, it would, of course, affect us. We do have a dog track out at our sister property at Orange Park. So we will lose the operations of running the dogs. We will still, however, have betting on the horses. Unfortunately, we are going to lose an entire department within our company, but poker is still going to be prevalent. And hopefully down the road, we may be able to get sports betting, and that would be huge for the room if you are able to get that. All right, guys, we're going to replace some cards. Hopefully our readers will pick up these cards a lot better.
I thought so. They shouldn't have called the 100. They shouldn't have called the 100. And I figured, well, I'd see if I called it and see what you did on the next round. I can't believe we haven't picked up any players, really, seriously. I thought people.
What's wrong with you?
Who made it 5-handed back?
I thought if they saw Lee here, they.
Yeah.
Why don't we
They all stopped the traffic Friday.
Clay balls, I think because we are grandfathered in, we just can't introduce any newer games. So
We'll be here by 11.
poker will not have an effect over losing the dogs. If anything, might increase the action in poker, since a lot of the players who do like to bet the dogs won't be able to bet the dogs anymore other than horses, so they might move into poker.
He's coming my way.
All right, looks like these cards are doing a lot better now. We have 4-handed to this flop, 8-4-7 rainbow, 250 in the pot at the moment. Now we're down to heads up to the turn tray of diamonds. We got a straight from Peter. So we go to bet 250. And Sean's gonna get sticky with it, looking to chop that pot up. 6 of spades on the river, and looks like I misread this hand. That 6 does complete Sean's higher straight. So Peter's gonna go and check, and Sean's gonna try to find some value. He's gonna bet 525. And Peter is gonna probably reluctantly call.
I got a 9 high straight. So.
Sean's putting the moves on you.
Call 6. Okay.
Nice hand, Sean. Sean put the bullshit on you.
Thank you.
Got him to call.
Yeah. Call 2. That's all. Call 6. Call 7.
All right, heads up action between Sean and Steve. Steve's got a pretty nice hand here. Pocket rockets and a couple jacks. Sean's got queen 10, 5, 5. Flop 9, 4, 4.
Tilt.
What'd you say, tilt?
Yeah.
You on tilt?
Tilt.
4 folds, 6 makes it 100.
Tilt raise.
Gambling money have no home, Henry.
Yeah, gambling money knows no home. But I got an Airbnb for it right down there.
8 folds.
Oh, you get my quarter.
Yeah, that was super.
You're probably the best. Your hand was a lot better than mine was.
Blind.
Good. You got to be good.
Thought he was losing weight.
He's 35 also. It's hard to do.
Brandon, the reason why we're dealing to players that aren't seated is because it's a timed game, as each player pays time for every half an hour. So even though they aren't there, they are still dealt in.
I would say like 90% will stay.
If it was a regular rate game, obviously we won't deal them in. But again, if you're playing a time rate game, that is why players are always dealt in, unless they miss a blind, and then of course they miss a blind and they don't deal them in.
How much you think?
All right, a set of 10s for Peter now.
400 is the bet.
No action for
He goes to
Steve.
the gym, he used the 2.5 pound there. Do they have a 2.5? Lee, you want us to open tomorrow for you, man? Oh, he got it.
Pick it up. Football, you ready?
The heaviest thing he lifts is usually like Mardo one or something.
Keep it up, son.
Leave those in the gym because it's
Box.
We put him on tilt.
Lock, yeah.
Put him on tilt when we win some of his money.
They're heavy. Yeah, I think.
Mine's fucking empty now.
6 folds,
They all went to Lee.
7 folds.
I needed more than him. That's why.
You have kids.
Yeah.
When I have kids, you gotta give it back.
Yeah.
Fold.
Okay, Sean?
Fold
5,
2.
25.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Use the
5,
spade.
25.
That's what I'm going to start in this year. I want guys to make all the money in the world. Because it's always good. It's always good. It's always good about making all the money. For everything was good.
Fold. 150 is the best of 4. Calling.
Yeah, we got a round of soup.
200
for
is the
everybody.
best. Fold.
Round of soup.
How much are you? 700,000?
Then.
Did you
That's
want
how
to
much it will be if
$400,000
you're in
with it?
Venezuela. I was watching a YouTube video yesterday.
Yep.
Hot sauce with Tabasco?
What is YouTube?
So they're saying the way to go. He's saying the average with like the low average person makes like $7-8 a month. Is the inflation? No. And a hot dog costs $2. So you have to work for like
Fold 8.
maybe a week to buy a hot dog.
Where's this?
Venezuela.
Oh, really?
Wow.
But the only reason why some of them could afford it now is because the people that got out of the country are sent back to Venezuela. Or else you can't really.
It's pretty good.
25 is the best.
$4.75.
You make that soup?
Chop.
No. Why? Is it good?
Not bad. Pretty good. I'm good.
And you don't need any hot sauce or anything?
No.
You get some Tabasco?
Food or drink?
You want some?
Need some? No?
Come play.
Yeah, she'll come play. Somebody tell her medium seating right here.
Everybody's
So you're not gonna play him. You like?
check 6, check 7,
That's you like playing him.
check 8,
Aaron, come here.
check 2 hand,
I can't see her. I'll check.
check 2,
All right, we got some action here. Five-handed. Lee with a bet of 75 with a 6-5 deuce.
fold 7,
Two backdoor draws for a flush.
fold issue, 0,
Peter's got a set of kings.
I'm blind as a bat.
check 6, check 4,
Trey Diamonds on the turn. Nine clubs on the river.
75 is the best of 6. Fold 4. I'm good. Thank you.
She probably don't know she open here. The first side is no she open.
And quarter hand.
Yep. That'll be me.
Fold 4. Fold 6. Fold 7. Fold 8. Check. Deuce. Green hand. Fifty's the bet. 6. Fold 8. Fold 2. Heads up. Check 7. Check 8.
What you do?
Check 7. Check 8.
I didn't see her.
We got trade clubs, trade diamonds, 80 diamonds, 6 of diamonds.
3-3?
It's day.
That's what I have.
Airport. Airport.
Thank you. Hundred
I feel it.
six.
I thought you got open. See that? See back and shove, I snap the ball. No, you don't get the nuts and stays that way. You go twice also, and then it stays that way. Oh,
7 fold.
then leave.
Call from 8. Fold 2.
These kids already
Too good. He knows.
Heads up. Check 8. Check 6. Check 8. Check 6. Check 8. 50 is the bet from 6. Fold 8.
They might call this shrimp gumbo, but that ain't no shrimp.
We already know you're in here. Although King. Oh, you were a knit until I saw the King.
Over here. It was true. It was gets crazy. Right? You wouldn't really there, but I was just pretty good shape.
Folds up.
Real easy. To get things in the ace.
Call 8. Call 2. Call 4. Check 6. 4 in the hand. Check 2. 75, 4, 6 folds, 8 folds. Heads up. Check 2. 200.
You win.
Fold 6. Let go. Cheers.
Won 20K and then head to Wacko.
You only need $40 to do that. Can't just do time.
That's big breakfast.
All right, back in action here. We got Steve for the pocket 6s 5-4 ramp. Gonna make the call under the gun.
Fold 2.
Lee with pocket queens, Jack A. Peter is king 7 deuce.
7.
Yeah.
4 play. Check 4, check 6. Check 7, check 8. Check 4.
All right, board 10, Jack 7, ace.
Fold 7.
We got 2 pair from Peter. And bet $50.
He folded queen. You can't have one. Yeah. Thought about re-raising. I saw in his eye. Whoa! Hey.
What is it for the quick queen?
Not good. Thank you.
And the first ring.
All the way to the bottom.
I got a 3-piece string. Tastes good.
Fold 2. Fold 4. Raise to 106. 7 folds. Re-raise. Making it 325.
All right, Peter with ace king 7 tray gonna raise to 100, 700, and Steve gonna 3-bet 325, and Peter's gonna let that one go. Just a reminder, guys, the OP Deep Stacks 30K is this weekend. Flights 1 and 2 were fired off today. Registration is probably closing up here for event for flight number 2. Flights 3 and 4 will begin tomorrow at noon and 7. Again, that event is a $200 buy-in with a $30,000 guaranteed prize pool. So you want to play some multi-day tournament action, come hit up Orange Park for the OP Deep Stacks. Now, if you can't play a MTT, you can come on over here to Best Bet Jacksonville for our Mega Satellite into our World Poker Tour 20K High Roller. With as little as $590 can get you a seat into the 20K buy-in high roller event that will begin on October. looks like October 10th. I think we did that event about 2 years ago, and min cash for that high roller was at $91,000. So pretty good investment if you are able to satellite in for as little as either $120, which are step satellites, into that 590. Our mega satellites for the main event will resume on next week and the week after, and every week after until the main event. We have a 5-seat guaranteed mega satellite for the main event every single weekend through the month of September and early October. Buy-in will be a $590 buy-in, 12K starting stack, playing 30-minute blind levels, and you can win yourself a 5K main event seat to our War Poker Tour Best Bet Bounty Scramble. Pretty fun event if you are able to play in it. Lots of featured bounties, a total of 29 currently featured top pros and celebrities in the poker world. So if you'd like to find any information at all, I'm going to go ahead and drop some links in here for you. This is all information pertaining to our War Poker Tour.
You ain't even looked at your cards.
They've been good so far. I think you're going to keep them. They say bet on the cup.
You know what they say,
Right?
build a
Zach
pot,
Kraft.
then make your hand. Build a pot, then make your hand.
That's true. That's John H.
John H.
He'll be here in 3 weeks or 2.
You think so?
Yeah. WP2.
So raise to 106. Hold 7.
I want to name with the tournament.
All right, Steve now waking up with pocket aces, 10 deuce, couple clubs. He's going to go ahead and 3-bet to 325, action all the way back to Peter, initial raiser. He's going to make the call
You
at
don't want to,
King,
you win
Queen,
just
Jack.
Second, yeah, I give him 40 to 1 if he wins it all.
Flop deuce, 8-7 with 2 spades. Steve's going to go ahead and check, although I would have liked to see in a bet there. Set of aces now for Steve. He's going to play it slow. Quad aces for now for Steve. He's going to try to get some money in there, a bet of 300.
Whoa.
High hand.
Quad aces for Steve and could not get any action.
Think it's time?
Yeah, I guess you're paying.
Yeah, 5. Oh, yeah,
Good luck.
Raise if you have it strong, any kind of strong.
yeah. Shots, everybody? Henry, you haven't had alcohol for 30-something years.
No. 10.
Well, I mean, when you were younger, it was Prohibition Day anyway, so you couldn't have.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you couldn't have any kind
Yeah,
of
but
fun.
that was over like 1930 or something.
1930.
31 or something. But I remember it well.
All right, back to the action here. Sean raising to $100 with Queen, Jack, 10-5, couple clubs. And Lee with Ace, King, 7-7. Definitely playable hand. She'll probably see a 3-bet from Lee, but nope. Doesn't have position, so he's just going to go ahead and elect the call. Peter with King, Jack, 4-4, double suited. And here's our flop. Flop 8-6-5, 2 spades. And no spade draws for either player. Lee feels pretty comfortable now. He's going to go ahead and bet it out. 250 now. And it's going to take that one down.
World War II and in 9 and 46 or
45.
40.
Oh, Derek Box. Well, nobody would really raise their hand except for the guy Zen Kai, which I saw in our chat earlier on Facebook. Zen Kai joined us on our Facebook. Local Florida pro. I think he took 7th place in the WSOP main event, wearing our best bet patch. Congratulations to Zen Kai. Very good friends with Tony Miles, who took 2nd the year before.
Be successful in business and mess around
Be at
playing
the
cards
poker.
and be
Yeah,
distracted.
can't
all
be
the
at the
time.
poker this morning.
You just can't do it. I never tried to.
Three players. Check forward. Check in.
All right, road card 4 of diamonds. Jacks are going to hold up for Henry.
Check. Forward. Check.
All I got is jacks.
Got a good flow.
buddy.
All your everybody has similar hands. You guys have each other's out.
Yeah, I got you caught.
Yes. Thank you.
You get a 7 60 on
They sit there arguing with each other about their hands, and nobody says to me, "Nice hand, Henry."
Yeah, it really wasn't that great. Sorry, it's just checks.
I thought we got it.
Yeah, I guess it really wasn't, was it?
No, it wasn't worth it. Nice hand. Sorry.
It wasn't worth
It was a
effort.
winner, but it wasn't really a
It
nice
wasn't
hand.
worth the effort to say anything about it.
Just check.
No plaque on the wall for that hand.
Derek, hook you up? Hook you up with what?
Over there in the
Hook you up with the main event seat? Come on, play here at Best Bet. We do satellites to the WSB main event. I hook up everyone. I make champions here out here in Best Bet Jacksonville with our tournaments and satellites. Can't deny my satellite program. Turning locals into pros.
Sit open, Drew.
He's open.
1,000.
25.
Oh, just a patch? I could definitely get you some of those. Come see me in the poker room. I'll definitely give you a couple patches.
pocket.
You can find me in the poker room. My name is Johnny Fantastic, the tournament director here at Best Bet. So, patches, definitely. If you see me around, I'll definitely give you a couple of patches. Represent best poker room in Northern
Know
Florida.
him?
Plays by 5.
All right, Steve's got a pretty good hand here. He's got ace king with some spade draws.
Henry, if I had your money,
Now trip
I
aces.
promise you only pick once a year. Maybe twice. I got a bill future. If I'm not reading, I'd have to be here. Or at the gym.
I read every day.
I enjoy it though.
2K from foot. I think it's less.
He doesn't have all he has 2K.
You have $2.
Exactly 2K. Hey, he bluffed into your nuts one time. You bluffed into his nuts one time. You're even now.
We like playing with
What happened there? Did he just win big pot?
Yeah.
I did.
I'd say nice hand,
Nice hand,
except
yeah.
it wasn't that outstanding.
Oh, come on, it's better than just jacks.
Okay.
And it's a
Nice
way
one,
bigger
nice one.
pot.
Thank you.
And it's
It
like
was a bigger pot.
Derek, not at all. I would not take that patch back
Well,
if
that's
you
what really counts.
were to play bad. I mean, Always love our local players repping Best Bet through our swag. So come on down. I'll give you a patch. You can give you some maybe a hoodie or a sweater.
Yep. Gambling money knows no home.
You got a quarter. Rates 104. Three players.
Gambling money knows no home.
Check eight. Check seven. Three hundred from me. Fold. Thank you. Rate 75 and 7. That's 200 for me. Fold two, 10 spades in one, and 4 clubs in one. Fold two, fold 4. Decent. Call 7. Everywhere. $450 for me.
Come on, Don. There you go.
Check it.
I got a vacuum cleaner. I got crumbs all over the floor here. You think the only vacuum cleaner? No, he's probably trying to save me. I tell you what, that's the guy who's lucky.
Yeah.
He knows how to play. He knows how to play lucky. Three or five. $50
from 7.
Food or drink?
Thanks, John.
You want to leave on that or?
Yeah, I'll just wait.
Are we ready for the wine or?
There you go. Yep.
Give the wine. Who cares?
I care.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you
Drink
guys
some
drink
wine?
first, and later.
Yeah.
I'm George.
Okay. No, I'm gonna wait. I'll wait. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
get a bar to Markham, 2 glasses.
2 glasses?
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
I'll be right back, and then we'll gamble on it. All right.
Okay, yeah. Friday night.
What's his name?
Dominique.
Henry, you get the little. Fold 7. Fold 2.
fresh out of aces.
Hey Don, have you played with us this year on the stream?
Sorry, say it again?
Have you played with us this year on the live stream?
I never played on the live stream.
Okay.
You
Can I take my
You
picture?
gotta sign some paperwork or whatever,
Just a
like
picture, just a.
hometown address.
Blood sample, social security number. You need a picture or no?
No.
Yeah, fit the paperwork. Age, hometown. Email or mail. Tell him, turn the shit on. That house is yours now.
How much?
125.
Get me.
125.
Call two and call. 4 players. Check 4, check 6.
How much?
500. Heads up. $1,227.
How much?
800.
Yeah, all they need to know is anytime you reload, tell them how much. Gotcha. Kind of fan out your card so they think it's really good.
Okay.
Don't borrow too much.
Yeah, because you know me.
You will see it.
You know me.
No, nothing's allowed.
Whatever, Sean bluffed the heck out of me the other day. I've been stewing on it for days. He got me good.
I got the call. I got a full house.
Full house good. Yeah, full house good. You have it straight, right?
Yeah,
Full house good.
and $5 bucks. You gotta call it. One thing you got. Jesus.
You think you
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
get beat on the river.
Kind of want to call.
Yeah.
You think you get beat on the river. But you get beat on the turn.
I had the call.
Wait a minute.
I let you say. That's all you
But
lost.
I hated the way they were betting it going when it was a 5. I wasn't happy about that.
Yeah. It's like you either pop the straight or it's set. Thanks, Sam. Red or black? I'll take. Am I choosing what I don't want? Okay. I want red.
All right. So red cup I pay.
No black anymore, right? Okay. Okay.
Okay. Red come, you pay. Black come, you pay.
No, that's not what I heard. No, black cup you pay, red cup I pay.
Either way, you gotta pay.
Yes. Do it leeway is not a good way for me.
How much is it?
125.
From my buddy? Okay.
This is $1.25. Thanks, Don. I see that.
A pot.
What?
8, huh?
900.
900?
What?
You say five.
What?
What do you think?
It doesn't matter. You can't drive his ass out of it. I mean, he just won't fold. He doesn't even know how.
Oh. How much?
2100.
It's only 15.
Oh, I thought you said, he said 20.
I asked you, but I don't.
You may want to raise.
Could be.
I got you.
All right, only 7 to club. What is it for? 15.
1500.
Wow, diamond
I
two.
flop a pretty good flop.
Yeah, but what do you have? Oh, you
I
have
made
it.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I knew that 10 wasn't good for me.
Oh, you told you have to call.
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I know.
You had diamonds too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
shit.
have to call.
Yeah, I had no choice.
Definitely have to call.
Yeah.
I could pray.
And then you got the quarter.
Yeah, I got it.
Three calls. 4 and 6. 4, 6
Whose is that? Is that
Sean's right.
Sean's right?
100.
Sorry. I give it a little bit. Have to give it some respect. Yeah.
3 players? 6.
You check?
Yes.
I check.
Check 2. Check 7.
I call it.
325 from 2. Let's go.
All right, guys. Sorry, I'm back in the booth. Talking some emails with Bart Hansen, who just told me that he just produced a couple training videos using the live stream from our Twitch site. So if anybody's interested in watching those, go to crushlivepoker.com. Again, this is from Bart Hansen. A lot of great instructional videos that will do hand analysis and breakdowns of all these great hands. Again, from the great Bart Hansen.
Move them off. All four? Just move them off.
Okay. It's good. If he needs to know, he'll ask him.
He was
He's
saying
good, right?
something.
His cards, you can see it.
Now he can see it. Earlier was not there, you can see it. Okay.
Check. 3 players.
Check.
Check 2. Check 3.
Finish.
10 bottle water, please. Flashlight. Flashlight.
Food or drink?
Mike, a picture of us. The flashlight's on.
Oh,
Food or drink?
Hey, no picture.
no, I never take a picture.
I thought you were trying to record me.
He has a big.
It's sometimes just like, when you get down, you just,
He has a big follower.
You have to pay.
A lot of followers in China. 75.
He's an Instagram influencer in China.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
they're watching him right now.
Watching that. Chinese president, China president, watching too.
At least 200,000-300,000 viewers right now.
How much? 75.
They copy my jaw, my hairstyle.
Family spot.
5.9.
Oh, sorry.
Check 2, 3, 4. Check 7, check 8.
All you need is one club. Oh.
Ace? Ace?
It's tricky with an ace.
Brutal.
Cheers, Peter.
Cheers.
Anybody that wants some, more than welcome. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. I will. We'll take some.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, just get a glass. Ask for a glass. Thank you. Very good. Appreciate it.
Great, 75. Call 8. Four players. Check 6. Check 7. 425 for me. Thank you.
All right, guys. I just posted a new thing on Facebook. So Bart Hassan did a hand analysis from our most recent live stream. I think it was about last week. So check them out. I love Bart Hassan's videos because it's very close to home of what he likes to do. He likes to take very real-to-real poker games from casinos that most players play in and does find common links to a lot of players. And the way he just brings out his content, it's so informative. So come check it out. I did just post that to our Facebook.
Henry?
So you want to check out a quick tease of a couple of his videos that he did for us on our live streams. Come check that out.
What do you call people?
I would, Peter, yeah, he's.
Oh, Peter.
I know, but if
Peter,
my name
Peter
is Peter,
Pumpkin Eater?
if my name is Peter, I don't want to call Peter like Peter. I call myself. I would call bro,
100.
Bro,
my friend.
Who's 100?
my friend, my friend.
My friend, my friend.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. 3 and 4. Bang, bang, bang.
Check 6. Check 7.
What'd he do?
Check, check.
I'm gonna check.
Here you go, guys. Just dropped a couple links here for from Bart Hassan newly released videos of some hand analysis from our recent live streams.
100. All 7.
We got better videos than
Heads up.
Slider there.
175.
Yep.
All 7. All right, Phil's taking over. Thank you. Guys.
Peter, you got a girlfriend now?
We're on camera. I can't really answer that.
Well, you used to. You had one a long time
No,
ago.
no. Working on one.
You're working on it. It's a project. It's a work in progress.
Work in progress.
You had one a long time ago. You went to church with her or something.
Oh, we're 6 people now.
Yeah.
It's still fun.
how-
It's still fun.
Still
Early,
fun?
early talk.
It's cool. That's cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
I
just
remember,
throwing 5.
I remember Peter used to date some girl he went to church with. That was a long time ago. When his buddy was still alive, before his buddy passed away.
Oh, Johnny Ross.
No, Andre.
No.
He told me it's in Philippines.
Philippines.
Make up your mind.
Philippines.
It's a big
Well,
hemisphere.
his country is Indonesia. but
I know. He's from
Traveling to the Philippines.
He is from Indonesia.
Could I?
You know what? I didn't realize that. I
Another
didn't-
last
Yeah,
week.
Food or drink?
Somebody told me, or he told me that he was a Chinese national.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
he
roots
doesn't
is
look
Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah, he does.
He half.
Because Indonesian, they're dark skin.
No, he's half Chinese.
Well,
His dad is Chinese.
Indonesian, they're
His mom
dark
is
skin.
Chinese.
So if they're light skinned like that, his roots gotta be somewhere else.
yeah, he told me he was. I believe he told me he was Chinese.
Yeah, he is. He is.
What are you?
125.
He's 100% Chinese.
He's half. He's half.
How much?
I'm 125.
All right, back to the action here, guys.
Chinese.
Action on stage, gonna fold 9-7 trade deuce. Henry with the ace king 6-5, gonna make the call. Heads up, action, tray 8-10, rainbow.
It's been going since 8. Sounds like it.
I checked.
You got rowdy.
You got it. Don't even mess with me. I don't want to even hear it.
I have to think that Captain Bad Beat is hurting him. He's that the limit that was going all over the place in the Bad Beat guy. Now they're only 30,000.
I think when they cut the baby money, they should have put more promotion, like big promotion.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
They should have.
But they are giving high-end every day.
Usually,
Some people want it right away.
when they get a big promotion,
I don't
them.
know. I don't know.
Not
I
again.
would think
Every
they
day
know more
people come
because
to
they
the
know
high
it.
end.
Right.
That would make a business good too.
They definitely
trying
have the
it.
statistics.
But
Yeah.
they shouldn't make a big
They're
promotion.
gonna try it, and a few months after,
Not
they're
like
gonna check it
300
out
something.
again.
At least like
Yeah.
All over.
Right, yeah, but it has to hit at least 200.
Not people will not.
All right, action now on Peter. Gonna raise it up to 125 with the Ace Queen 8 trade, double suited. Action on now on Sean's gonna make the call with King Queen 10-9. Steve gonna get in there with his Ace 6 trade deuce. Henry with the mystery hand.
Ricky,
Gonna make the
open,
call.
boy.
Lee as well, now 5-handed to this flop. Pot now $525.
No.
He has Jack 8.
Sorry guys, I think this I was informed this hand was a little bit screwed up a little bit, so the graphics are going to be a little bit slow. Flop 10-9-7. We have a flop straight from Henry, just all over that flop. He's going to go ahead and lead out a huge bet of 625. It's going to be a pot-sized bet. Lee's going to fold. Peter is going to fold. Action on Sean. He has 2 pair. Also a gut shot straight draw. This pot could get pretty deep. And Sean's gonna like to give it up. Steve's gonna give it up as well, and Henry's gonna profit $500.
Oh, Jack. Wow. Nice.
Even better. Even better.
They get checked one time. Now we hit a full house. Yeah, top 2 too? Top 2.
No boat coming.
Let me tell you what. It's the one thing I remember what Andre told me.
What he said.
He said, slow play equals no pay.
Yeah?
Fucking
saying.
And
Why you telling me?
damn little Andre, giving
That's a
away
good set.
secrets.
Yeah, Andre, man.
Yeah, why did he say that?
Yeah, giving away secrets. What was he talking about? Yeah.
Hold forward.
You want to FaceTime on Andre?
Yeah, huh?
You want to FaceTime on him?
No, but I got all those calls. You think I'm not gonna bet? No.
Oh, thank you very much.
Who to drink?
Damn little Andre told me that.
Call to check 3 flips. $50 is the bet for me. 2 folds. 3 folds.
Blame it on Andre.
Slow play, no pay. That's a good phrase for this game.
150 is the
So
bet
that's
for
your
me.
flop quads.
3 folds.
How many times have you seen somebody slow play a hand and lose that damn game? A lot. Yeah, and another thing is, how many times do you ever see them when you give somebody a free card like that, and all of a sudden they end up with about 30 outs, and you got 2.
Fold 7. $100 is the bet for me.
100.
Fold 2. Fold 3.
Go!
And fold
Three and a coat. I'm gonna bet 3 and 4.
325.
All right, back to action here. Peter flopping the world. Pocket Kings did a pretty nice hard draw.
It doesn't matter.
Gonna take a bet. Oops, sorry guys, this hand's a little bit screwy here. We're just trying to catch up to the action. Graphics are in for there.
975.
Okay, because I mean, this time my queen's hold up. Is that it?
Not yet.
That's okay. That's why I bet, because it's a little hard.
King 1,000.
Huh?
King would have been purposely
Would have been a cool card.
What did your friends play, Dom? Play slowly?
Yeah. He'll play a little bit of PLO, but typically not.
Raise to 100 for me.
I play a little bit of each ball, see?
46. Three and a half. Shot 7. $300 to bet on 8. 4-2, 4-7. Yeah. Plan on giving you a lot of these. Thank you. Thank you. Seven folds, raised to 100. Call 6. Check 6. 225 is the definite.
All right, back to action here. It's like Peter's looking for some clubs against Steve's flop set. Here's a river card. Tray of diamonds. Peter does not get there. Set of queens for Steve. This gets checked through. Small pot going to Steve. All right, guys. I want to thank you all for joining us here at Best Bet Live. This is 5-10 and a quarter pot limo Omaha. I'm going to throw some stats for you all for tonight. This is after hand number 87. Current chip counts, Peter at 12K, all the way down to Sean, who lost quite a bit of a stack the last few hands, now down to 1,800.
What's that?
Mark good.
Sean at one point was up $5,000.
40.
Steve has upped his VPIP, voluntary put-in pots. Playing a lot more hands now than Peter, but Peter's still up there with the aggression frequency. And current win losses right now. So Peter now climbed himself out of the hole. He is up 1,700. Lee now 1,500. New player Dom in the game. Sean was up 5,000, now stuck $135. What happened, Sean? And Henry is now unstuck as well. He was stuck quite a bit. I think it was at 3K at one point. But now Steve is looking a little better. Now it's only stuck 2,800.
Nice time to go to settle down a little bit.
All right, we got Dom flopping a set of queens against a couple mediocre hands here. Small a bet of $100. I doubt he's going to get any action. Folds all the way through.
Try tomorrow. Sometimes $560 to $60.
560 and 20K. You think they have enough players? To get
Every 40 players.
Did
you
you
gave away a bunch of
or did you want to wait one?
So they probably have two.
At least two. They'll probably get three. 120.
And they can run one every week or something.
No, two. Just two. It should be more
What
than
time? What time?
12. I won it 2 years ago.
That's a good one. I
In the
want that.
25K. That was fun. Yeah. Sitting next to Olivia.
Yeah. I mean, was it like they got probably two tables?
27.
I don't think Sean is coming.
So again, guys, if you're aware of this new site called Crush Live Poker, training tool from Bart Hansen, he's just released a lot of videos from our latest streams on here on Best Bet Live. Want to check it out, some good hand analysis from a poker pro? Come visit his website at crushlivepoker.com. I'll go ahead and set some links in here for you. If you scroll down some of the archive videos, he does give a couple pretty good hand analysis of a lot of streams that we've been doing recently of our smaller stakes game, like the 2-5 games and the 2-2 games. That is his forte. He does like watching a lot of the kind of the normal games that any casinos would play in. So it's like although he does do this content, but he likes the smaller stakes games as well. And he definitely does point out a lot of things that happen during the cash game where there are a lot of leaks that happen, which I see a lot as well. And although I can't identify them, but Bart does put it in a whole different avenue and a lot of levels and perspectives of how to play certain hands and what these players have done to really, need to close those leaks. So check it out. I'm going to go ahead and post that link here for you all. Again, well, look it up, crushlivepoker.com from Bart Hansen.
Did it turn into a pumpkin?
They always did.
Close, I lost it.
Very close.
Stupid pause. Lost that flush chain.
Yeah.
That was just, I mean, that was just stubbornness on my part. I knew that's what he had. I don't know why I was going even in the hand.
Call 3, check 4. 5 players. Flop.
That's it.
9 clubs. King of diamonds.
All right, back to the action. We are four-handed to this flop, King 9 Deuce, Rainbow. Lee with the best hands. I'm going to go ahead and bet it out. $100 to go with King Queen. Sorry, King Deuce. Henry actually has the best hand now. Deuce is full of kings. 7 hearts on the river.
Ready. He always gets there.
275, 4
Right. Really? There you go, key card.
That's not a key card. Nothing good.
It's not?
Nothing good.
It looks like a key card.
That was his favorite card.
Yeah, that was my favorite card.
Highest card.
Really? Key card. Deuce. Oh, I mean 6.
$75 to bet. 8 days.
I'll play my buddy.
Call 2. Call 3. Fold 4. Call 6.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Check 3, check 6. 225.
Pretty good bet.
From 7. 2 folds. Call 3. Fold 6.
Viewers in China.
Heads up. What do you mean? Check 3. Check 7.
Do you know why?
I made it.
Over there?
His wife watching.
I know you don't drink wine ever, Lee. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, what was that?
No, I don't
He
care.
never has wine. That's what I meant to say.
No, I was just don't like my fish ready. No. People want this guy must
And
be
that
something
vessel
wrong. Pops out in the middle of the spar.
Like,
He's
it's just
self-conscious.
that alcohol dehydrated.
Yeah, I'd be self-conscious if I looked like that too.
It's not his fault.
I'm a king in my family. You know? I'm a king. Absolutely.
You don't know alcohol dehydrated. It goes red.
375, yeah. Is that a coin code?
Yeah, that's why in the Asian, it's most common in Asian
Too
population.
big.
Yeah.
They don't break down the
Too
alcohol.
big. Too fast, good. Perfect. What you got? 387.
They'll get more fun. And they'll get drunk faster too. You can get Lee drunk faster than you can get me. Because he doesn't have that engine. Or not as
The
much.
call was called.
Thank you.
It's common in the Chinese population. Irish heritage. From the years, centuries of training.
Fold 8.
I mean, you're already red. How much better can you get?
No much.
4.
Constantly
Lee, you call?
Yeah.
You Irish.
Raise to 100 from 6.
You're a
Call 7. Call 4. 3.5.
But to me, my beard used to be more red. And less red. My hair's turned black. I used to be blonde. I used to be more blonde than
200
blonde.
is the bet.
It's Don, right? Or Don?
Dom.
With an M? Don? You're from South Carolina? Is that the
He's from here. St. Augustine.
Oh, St. Augustine. Okay. Yep. So maybe you are familiar then. My wife said, who's the new guy? He looks familiar.
Your wife watching?
Yeah, she's watching. She's like, you're too stressed out. She's too stressed out.
Fold 7.
Yeah, I mean, like, seriously.
She's like, you get so stressed.
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, this game she doesn't understand very well, so she's like, I'm so confused with this game. There's too many cards.
I don't understand it very well.
Too many cards.
Yeah, red, like bright red.
Your hair used to be on the top, yeah?
Like every kid goes to
I used to be blonde. I was a toadhead when I was born, totally blonde. My mom did the same thing. She was blonde and turned black.
oh, it's like, oh,
the French and French Canadians. Oh, no, French Canadian.
Fold 2, fold 3.
What do you do, Don?
I'm a commercial broker, real estate broker.
4 makes it 75.
Part-time poker
Fold
player.
6.
Part-time.
Oh shit, last two.
All right, guys, we're kind of
Yeah, last
close to the end of our stream here. About 45 minutes left
Call 8.
of this live stream of 5-10 and a quarter pot limit Omaha. Yeah, heads up action. Flop ace, a deuce, 5, rainbow.
100.
Pair of deuces for Lee. He's gonna bet out.
We beat up on me.
Bet 100 to go. Steve.
Those days are gone.
Some
Those
jacks.
days are gone.
What are you talking about?
7 of spades on the turn.
Check 4.
But Steve does pick up a spade draw here. Now, king of diamonds on the river.
Yeah, look at that fight.
Jacks are going to be good for Steve's and a Rick in this pot. Profit of $190.
Yeah, then he accused me of slow rolling.
Now you got 40 turn, man. 40
I'll show you slow rolling.
Oh, man.
Yeah, let's do a nice slow roll. Funny one.
Hey, let's get
In a big pot.
enough with
You
this.
got it, Lee.
Let's slow roll it.
I mean, I got it.
Let him turn over something like 2 pair, kings up, and then turn over your aces up. You go wild.
Sean, he like to do that. Like in the river, you have the nuts, so you bet the top. He had the nuts too. He was taking the.
Oh, yeah.
And then he make the call. And you saw you get definitely win.
Fold 3, fold 4.
Right?
Yeah.
So he
That's
always
sort
like-
of like a cool slow roll.
Yeah.
Fold 6.
You don't lose.
Yeah,
As
you
long
don't
as
lose.
Raise 75. 27. Call 8 and call 2. Replay. $150 is the bet. 8 folds.
Did your wife know how to play old
Call 2. Heads up.
No? No. Not at all.
Check
There's
sir.
no games at all. Blackjack.
She doesn't gamble at all. When we go to Vegas or
Just
Bahamas, she just
Check 7.
I got queens up.
Check
she'll go to bed. I'll And when I'm playing some of those games, like blackjack, stay off my cards.
He had a big pair.
It works. She's like, I get
Had a big pair.
Maybe that's a good thing.
We got husband and wife like that. I mean, we double the wins, but double the losses. You have the button?
Yeah, use the
Sean?
button.
Yeah.
Does she play small?
Don't do that.
Never. Play this.
Yeah, she play high
She plays
stakes.
high stakes.
Two.
It's that.
Oh, that? Yeah. She's got that big lead money.
Is she up there playing?
Yeah.
Fold 4, fold 6.
I'm just gonna see my glasses.
I don't see
100
it.
is the bet.
She's
No,
at
she
the
won
far
that
table.
table.
I just
First table.
happen to know.
Table 3.
Oh, yeah.
Call 8. Call 2. Call 3. 4 folds.
You're going after the fish.
Check 8. Check 2. Check 3. Check 7. Check 8. Check 2. Check 3. Check 7.
One of the slow plays, no pay.
Check
I checked.
Check 2, check 3, check 7.
I got a pair. 2 pair. I got 10s and. What have you got?
I'm kidding.
This is what
Would you kick the
Ace. Wow. Scoop.
Of course I scoop. Everybody knows fours are always good under
Good
this
hand,
stuff.
Henry. Very good hand. That was a phenomenal hand. I'm proud of you.
Every now and then you got to pick up an orphan. Here, you want to chop that up for me, please? Sometimes the four's a big hand.
Just be like
That was one of those
Try to
times.
get there.
That's why I do so much shot.
As you grow, don't play like this.
Don't play like me.
That's good.
So that's a strap.
No, I'm
All right, back to the action here. We got Sean in the cutoff, gonna raise it to 150 with the mystery hand, and Henry, sorry, Steve, the Queen 10, 10-7 making the call. And Henry, I think he's gonna go ahead and look this up here. He's got quite a stack now. It's up to 6,500. Newcomer in the game, Dom, in the pot with 9-7 Trey, double suited. Peter gonna go for a pot size bet now with 9-8-5 Trey with some spades. Kind of curious to why he's taking this line here. So pot size bet will be.
What?
Whoa, Sean's coming in there with a good Ace King Queen 10 wrap.
Wow.
3 bets 925, and Steve's in there too. I think Henry might be priced in.
The line's getting pretty.
Dom, if Henry calls, Dom is definitely going to be priced in to call a $1,000 bet here. It might break him. His effective stack is not that much. This is going to be pretty much all in if he does decide to call here. This pot is swelling now up to 3,100 in this pot.
Please, I want to play this.
Pick me, pick
I want to play
me.
this. That's why I did that. I want to play this. Get rid of it now. I want to play this up. Yeah.
Oh, it's going in. Dom's going to be definitely priced in here now. He's going to be all in after this. I don't think he's going to be able to fold. And look at that. Pot is now up to $5,000.
I can't fold.
I can't fold either.
Fuck my
I can't fold either.
Not at this point.
Sorry, guys. Our graphics are not getting in sync here. What is going on here? Sorry, guys. This is a huge pot. Oh, there we go. Call. Flop, Jack 8. And look at that. Henry is just flop trip jacks. Henry is going to go and lead out a bet of 1,500. Not many outs there for Dom other than the 10. His 10 is not going to be good. Folds all the way around, and Henry is going to take up this pot, going to profit $3,700. He almost folded.
Oh, one.
All right, that should pull the stacks around a little bit. Henry now unstuck. Stacks up to $10,000.
So either way there, you're going to hell. Because you're either stealing the pot or you were lying about it.
I think poker is the only time that you can actually steal and be okay.
All right, win losses for the last 97 hands, and Henry up $4,100. Lee's up 17. Peter's up a little bit. Sean's now stuck $685. He was 5K up at one point.
Yeah, 895.
Dom stuck 1,800. Steve still stuck about 3,700.
Hey,
That's my one with that. You worked that with your wife.
oh, yeah,
And I used
yeah.
to go there.
Yeah, okay. Good call.
She was like, she was the best.
Man, Jacksonville is small, huh?
St. Augustine.
St. Augustine. Yep.
Jacksonville's big. St. Augustine.
Wait a minute.
No.
Especially that
How
one.
much is in the pot right now? Oh, that's not enough to play.
You want 4,000,
I
right?
want big
Yeah,
pot.
after that one.
Screw you guys. If you're messing around with
They're all in two? Six.
7,
10. Where's 10?
Is that his?
Yes.
What's the biggest one?
12, 25.
All right, we got some all in action pre here. Don with a 3-bet 450, Queen Jack 4-4. Sean's gonna be all in for 1325 with pocket rocket. Steve in there. He's got small little wrap. He's got some spades, but not gonna be good. I don't think he's gonna be a very good hand to call with, although effective stacks not all that much.
The 950.
It's only 1325 to call. Dom has less chips than anybody else.
At least I can do. You print
So
out some
Steve
stuff.
might have odds to call here.
That's pretty expensive copy.
Like it's going to get pretty expensive for Steve to get a number of 5s and 4 deuce.
Eights are expensive.
Between three, just go once.
What's the effort?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, when it sets up? Makes sense.
I've read all those.
So players are electing to go in and run it once, only because it's a multi-way pot. Usually you run it twice when there's when it's heads up, but it gets a little convoluted when
About the phone.
3 players are in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So here's our runouts. Steven's in there, 5-4, makes the straight. He's gonna go ahead and bust out Dom and Sean. So look at that, odds to call and gets there.
Be right back.
Nasty.
Hey, the boy.
I thought that was really weird that of what you had said to me the night before. You see, every Saturday they had that book review section. And when I picked up the paper last Saturday morning after you telling me about
Really?
reading House of the Dead,
Player checks 59.
you know,
Well, you just finished in Garden of Good and Evil.
yeah. Yeah, I'm reading the book now. The British are coming by a guy named Rick Atkinson.
Fiction?
No, it's about the Revolutionary War.
What year was that?
1774.
1774.
I mean, 1776 is when the Declaration of Independence was signed.
Right,
Where's
He's got a quarter, he's just waiting on chips. I'm playing 2K.
All right, I'm gonna raise an hour and a half. And raising an hour and a half.
He's playing 2? Yeah. He's playing 2,000, Henry.
Okay. Gotcha.
He has me. He's catching up.
Check around.
2, 6, 7. Wait on those. 2, 6, 7, all for 100. I know.
Yeah,
He's
you're
just
waiting.
Just 1 second. He's getting caught up. All right, there we go. Check around.
All right, looks like the graphics are back up, and I was on the turn.
That's it.
Who did you?
The river card is going to be a deuce of diamonds. And Henry gets there with his flush. Peter's going to go ahead and fire into this pot with complete error. 150 to go.
I call. I got it knocked down. Ship it to Henry.
Ace jack. Oh, same hand. Ace jack. Ace jack.
1, 2.
I was trying to rep your hand.
You were trying to wrap my hand? Yeah, I could tell.
I thought I told you earlier that doesn't work. Doesn't work when you try to represent the hand the other guy
tried
has.
too.
He tried it. I tried it against him. He tried it against me. He tried it against him. We're just stubborn. Thick-headed.
I'm going to try a bigger one.
Steve, you're not from St. Augustine, right?
Yeah, I live in Punching.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where? Where is that?
The leader US 1 and World Golf Coach. Or World Golf
I
Coach
didn't
Parkway.
know that.
So US 1 south. Goes south of Bayard, another like 8 miles south of Bayard.
All right, action on Lee. Gonna race the 100 Queen Jack 8-6 with a couple hearts. Sean in there at Ace 9 6-6. Steve 10-7 Deuce Deuce
80 right now. So,
on the blind. Will not call the extra 75. Heads up action.
you were born, really? A year before you were born.
1907.
Flop Ace Jack 4 with 2 diamonds.
Sold our other house in the building.
Couple aces for Sean. 6 of diamonds on the turn.
You like living?
Now set of 6s for
I have an
Sean.
office.
Lee's gonna go ahead and lead out with a bet of $100.
Nice little ground for you.
And Sean's gonna call. Jack of clubs on the river, and now Lee takes it away from Sean. Now 6 is full of, I'm sorry, Jack's full of 6s, and 6 is full of Jacks for Sean. I think he is going to go ahead and call this bet of $300.
Implants, surgery, extraction.
What's the name of your practice?
It's the St. Augustine, Orange Park, and Fleming Island Center for Dental Excellence.
What's
Center for Dental Excellence. But
Oh, I told you I got to be there.
the location.
Where's
And
your
Lee getting very lucky seeing that Jack there
over
at
the
the end.
312 bridge in the Plantation Island Park.
Oh, yeah.
Right there on the right. You work down that way, or are you
I
down that way?
I live right downtown St. Augustine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I live on Valencia Street. You know where that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there since. I lived
A
on the
couple
beach.
dentists have an office on that street, right?
Yeah. I got lucky
Yeah. How'd you do with the storm?
Yeah, you gave me 10.
Do you get flooding or anything where you are? You don't get flooding over there?
I done it. I've been very fortunate.
Yeah, you're kind of far enough up, kind of far enough away from the
Downtown,
basement there. but-
anywhere downtown is kind of risky, but you've obviously pretty
Half a
fortunate.
mile or about from the
Huh?
A1A. Your house. It's like
No, it's where I'm right across the street from the big Presbyterian church.
But you never come in?
Huh?
You just walk by, you never come in?
Oh, that's nice.
All right, three-handed now. Action on Steve, Queen 8-6-6 into the mud. Lee had we previously raised it to $100. 10-9-8-7 wrap. Loving that hand actually. Love to see those 4-card wraps, especially if they're suited. Henry with 8-7-4-4. We're gonna get in the mix as well. And Dom's got Ace King 5 Deuce making the call. Here is our flop. Flop 9-5-5. And Dom does pick up a trip 5s. Decides to play it slow. Lee's gonna lead out with a bet now to $100.
Now my goal was to work less, but I ended up.
Henry's gonna get out of the way, and Dom is of course gonna be calling. Ace fills him up now. 5's full of aces. Dom checks. Lee checks.
early
9 of diamonds on the river.
I'm off like these tournaments. I'm taking.
Dom's gonna try to get some value out of here.
You go with South Florida or something?
No, I'd
I'm
love
gonna bet 250, about half the pot.
It's not that far of a drive.
No, it's not at all. I'd love to.
It is gonna get Lee to call.
I didn't like that.
You were mad up on me.
I've only played you
Damn.
maybe 4 or 5 times. I have a really good luck.
Well, by this,
It's
it's gonna be the new route now. Grand open, green grand
I was
open.
gonna say for two.
Holiday.
Yeah, I'd love to go
I
down
think the
for
butt was right.
big series.
No,
Because he raised.
William said it
If I
was.
can even just go down
Okay.
to the main town.
You raised in the straddle?
No,
He wasn't in
under the
straddle.
gun.
He was under the
gun.
gun.
Yeah.
It's all good. I mean, I don't care, but because he raised, and I just, what
We can move it back.
are we doing?
It said it was.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I don't care.
No, you were definitely
No
small.
problem.
I was, you were
I
big.
don't
I
know.
was straddle.
I don't know.
Because I just threw in another 75. That's how I know. I mean, I don't care. Just saying.
I have no idea. You're talking the wrong
Too late
guy.
now. We can't change.
As long as I made out some money, that's good. How much?
75.
I really don't know. What?
I'm only building
We've
a pot
already
for
been through
somebody
this
else.
one time.
For me, thank you, Peter.
For somebody else.
Appreciate it.
How much?
375 on a free thank you.
You sound very confident. Piles here. Yeah, sell my chips, you know.
Piles.
Oh, sure, that would be me.
He's got like a
Mr. Lots of Chips.
fortress, 3 players.
Mr. Tons of Chips over here.
Check. You get that?
Check.
Check 6. I never believed you.
I had a jack.
Never believed you. Thank you.
That blocker.
Come on, 9 1 time. Give it to me.
Yeah, but it's no fun if you believe me.
Hey, 9 1 time.
Or a shake. 7, 8.
Great.
That was a lot more hand. That was a hand I wasn't afraid of. So you have my ace. No, I don't have an ace. So I thought you might have a straight. I was hoping you have queen ten.
There's my soul.
Right? 75.
All right, guys, we are closing out our stream here pretty soon. We're about 15 minutes away from ending it. And I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Thank you for the likes, shares, and follows. And if you're ever on our YouTube page, we do archive all of our streams there. So if you stop on by, please subscribe to our page. If you subscribe to our page, you'll get notifications anytime we are going live on our live streams here. So sorry, guys. Our cards are kind of degrading here. We're not getting a lot of them.
Please, on you.
So join us here in Florida, in Jacksonville. We have a lot of events for you all closing into the weekend. OP Deep Stacks is on the way. Flights 1 and 2 are today.
I call that dedication.
You can still join the OP Deep Stacks with 2 more flights tomorrow at noon and 7. If you're not able to play a MTT, there is a satellite for the WPT 20K High Roller. So
No number. He didn't even give you a number.
trying to win a seat there. It's a $590 buy-in with $60 rebuys. All right, four-handed to this flop. Ace Jack trade. Check from Peter. Sean's in the bet $75 with the mystery hand.
That's all right, you can leave it there. Come back.
Dom with the Queens 10-7 is going to make the call. Lee going to raise to 125 with King Jack 9-9. That hand looks to be double suited. Peter with the mystery hand got a 3-bet now to $400.
Get him, Lee.
Get me, Lee.
Get him.
Get me, Lee.
Get him. Get him.
And Lee's going to go ahead and call.
Hello.
Here's our flop, 9, Queen, King. Set of 9s for Lee. 7 hearts on the turn. Bet a 500 now from Lee. He's going to take that one down from Peter.
I had the best hand. You got a pair of 7. I had a set of queens.
Set of queens would have been good.
And I had a 10.
Sometimes you just know, man.
Yeah. Sometimes they just know. They just know. Sometimes they
Dang
just
it.
know.
I knew I should have called.
What do you have?
Queens with a 10. Pocket queens. Yeah, I knew I was good.
Lee, it's Friday. Let's go over to Hong Kong and demonstrate more.
It's been a long time they've been protesting, huh?
Shit, this is the 11th week.
They need to, or else mainland China.
Oh, I know. I mean, it really is a mess over there, isn't it?
Where's that guy? Xi Jinping?
What's that?
Xi Jinping, right?
No, it's Xi Jinping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Xi Jinping.
yeah.
You know what he did, right, Henry?
Huh?
He changed the whole thing where
Oh, I
he
know
could
what.
stay in power forever.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know that. But I mean, the whole thing's about that extradition bill.
Where's all?
Huh?
Go ahead, play your hand.
Yeah, I know. I got a cramp.
All right, Henry, Queen Jack 6-4. Gonna make the call. Dom with Jack 5-4 deuce. Gonna raise to 100. It's double suited.
Because China economy is doing well and all that.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
Steve doesn't make a call with ace 10, so straight double suited. Flop 8, ace 7, 6. That is 2 pair for Steve. He's He's gonna go ahead and check it. Doing like Dom's hand now, it does have that spade draw with that gut shot. He's gonna bet 300. Steve's gonna go ahead and get in there. Top two pair. Oh, no, sorry, not top two, but A6. 8 of diamonds on the turn. Now that gives Dom a diamond. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Thought that was a diamond draw, but not the case. Dom's gonna go all in. Bet of 900 now. Or pot size bet to 900.
It's something that I'm
And
not
Steve making the call.
talk about him. Something that's not right.
Well, I mean,
Rear card Jack of clubs. Dom straight is gonna hold up.
so what's the extradition bill about?
It was all about this bill that they put, that they had in the Hong Kong legislature, that if that they could extradite or send anybody from Hong Kong that was arrested to mainland China for trial. And the Chinese that live in Hong Kong, they got all, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And then what's the woman's name? Carrie. What's her name, Lee? The woman that's in charge of Hong Kong.
Woman, oh, the woman, yeah. I don't know she's name, but
It was Carrie or something like that.
Why does she have a Western name?
I don't know. You have to ask her.
But the Hong Kong is very Western. Hong Kong's very Westernized, not like.
Yeah.
Rate 25%.
I might know. You don't know. I don't know.
I said you
So
knew
if
her.
you are charged with a crime in Hong Kong, they could actually.
Well, that's what they wanted to do.
Oh wow.
And so that's what started all the demonstrations.
Gotcha. Yeah, they had a tennis tournament that just got canceled.
I check.
Check 2. Check 3. Check 4.
Be careful. $375. That's too much.
All right, Sean gonna go ahead and make a pot bet with this mystery hand, and Steve's gonna go ahead and move all in with his two pair.
You was probably
Okay. Good luck to the players.
I'm sorry, you guys say once more.
Up to you twice, usually heads up.
We're going 2 times. So.
All right, gonna go and run it twice.
How much is it?
1150.
They're going twice.
Can you check that? Can you check?
where did it go to you?
$8 Good. Okay.
Who did you?
Here you go. Here you go.
So let's get 8 of hearts here on the graphics. There we go.
Who did you?
You get it straight on the second one? Yeah. All right, 2 pair on the
Looks
first
like
one.
Steve is gonna take this one down. It is actually no, we don't even know what Sean's hand is yet.
Ace and 9. Shell.
Okay, I see it. 790.
9 zone.
Yeah. 9 and bottom.
You got your turn straight.
Oh yeah, there's a book you did.
Color down.
All right, looks like Sean actually won both runouts after revealing his hand. Not sure what he had. Sorry, the graphics kind of pooped out there.
Henry,
Yeah.
2 black,
2K.
1 green.
2K. 2K and 18. Total.
That's 2. Okay.
This one.
No, that goes.
Okay. Alright, so you got a raise to 75.7. CD looking right? Full. Okay. Full 8.
Me?
Yes.
I fold.
Full 2. Full 3. You got heads up.
Three of those, yeah. That's it. That's not really doing it.
Good luck, you guys. Appreciate it.
$5 boys. Yeah. Well, flying a hot ton of protest.
All right, guys, we are kind of nearing the last few hands of the night. So I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Best Bet Live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
They don't let you go back, okay? They don't let you go back.
You have your passport, Andrew?
Check out our Best Bet live stream schedule, which will be updated next week for all the live streams for the month of October. Come check it out. Next live stream, I believe, will be this Tuesday.
My sister still lives there.
If you would like to play in any one of our live stream cash games, come hit me up at my email. That's johnnyp@bestbetjacks.com for all things live stream. Check out that schedule. If there's any games that you would like to play in, let me know. I'll definitely put you on. So our next live stream is actually going to be on the 19th. There's going to be 2040 Lima Omaha 8 or better with a half kill. Followed up with a live stream. It's going to be the $250 buy-in Lips Florida State Championship Ladies Only Tournament, September 21st, and then 2-2 normal hold'em on the 24th, and then September 26th will be some 2-5 normal hold'em. So again, guys, want to play in any one of those live streams? Hit me up at my email.
It's coming. All right. Yes.
Is he really?
He's either going to take all my money.
Thank you, Derek, for dropping in.
I'm going to make a lot
Thanks
of
for
money.
the vibes. Thanks for the likes, shares, and follows, and the support. We love you guys here at Best Bet Live. Check out Bart Hansen's Crush Live Poker site as well. He's been doing a lot of hand analysis on a lot of our live streams, the most recent ones. So definitely a lot of things that I've been saying, plugging the leaks in your games. He does go into high def hand analysis on those kinds of hands as well. So great tool to kind of up your game a little bit. Always be doing your homework. Always be teaching yourself, getting better at your game. So that's it, guys. This is Best Bet Live signing off. My name is Johnny Fantastic, your Best Bet Live producer, signing off. Good night, everyone.